All right, all right, all right. What's going on, guys? Draft-a-Palooza, evening edition, Monday night. We are going to do some live drafting, chilling out, hanging out. We'll do some gummies. We'll get a little crazy with some of these drafts. Figured I'd try out a new time to see if we can kind of appeal to people who maybe have a job. You ain't got time. You can't got time during the day to watch a live stream. Well, this is your chance. We're gonna help you crush some best ball on Underdog. We're gonna do an Underdog draft tonight. We're gonna do a DraftKings one. It's my favorite part of the off season, guys. It is best ball season where we just keep drafting. You can only get so many drafts in. I've got look what I've got going on here. Oh, a couple of lives, but look at all these. You got to have the slows. And obviously you could see here the contest that I'm doing a lot of the slows on right now. And I actually think what I'm going to do real quick. Yeah, fuck yeah, man. Fucking Monday. We ain't got no job and we ain't got shit to do. Fuck yeah. So anyway, I'm doing a lot of the eliminators in my slows right now. And I'm actually going to recommend this as a technique. What's up, Baby Yoda? I'm actually going to recommend this as a technique as well. So you see here, I'm only doing this one kind of draft style in my slows right now on Underdog. And the reason I'm doing that is because, oh, fucking 98, that's awesome. The reason I'm doing this is because if I mix eliminators with puppies and the different formats, what's going to end up happening is it's going to fucks with my head, right? Like as I'm going through these, I pretty much know what I want to do and the style and approach that I want to take for every single draft in an eliminator. Remember that the eliminators are basically just a redraft team. We are only looking to win against head-to-head contests every single week. There's never a time in the eliminator where you're going up against like 1,000 lineups and you need to come in first. So you never need that excessively high score. What you need is not to fuck up. And that appeals to me. That appeals to me. That's how I win fantasy football leagues. So I get to use my already existing I crush fantasy football skill set for the eliminator. Pretty cool, right? But when I'm doing the slows, I don't want to have to think. These are popping up crazy fast. You can't tell, but I mean, they're just like boom, boom, boom. Every time I open up the app, there's one there. So what I do is I'm going to focus on eliminators now. And then when this like round is coming to an end, I'm going to do a round of BBMs, either, the big best ball mania, just for, that one's just for the public props, right? Because I'm in the best ball mania, but I actually don't love this contest. Super hard to win. I want to show wins. So I do prefer some of these smaller ones. And today, see what else is available. Yeah, not much, right? So this little Dalmatian guy, by the way, I'm going to say to everybody who's out there, if you want to do these super cheap, do this Dalmatian for $1. Fuck it. If you have the time and the wherewithal, or let's say you're just trying to practice your drafting, jump in a $1 draft. Who gives a shit? Okay. Go on to, if you don't have an Underdog, promo code DFS Army. I think they match you up to $100. You'll have $200. You can do 200 freaking $1 drafts between now and the end of the off season for $100. What's wrong with that? Like, I'm not doing them, Soups, because I have like a limited amount of time for drafting. But I get it, and I would do those $1 drafts. And I recommend for everybody who's watching, do the $1. If you like, especially want to have a lot going, you want to get a feel for drafting, you have to get a feel for this. Like the more I do them, the more I'm like, I'm starting to get to the point. Yeah, they're putting them on autos. That's what I see. I get that. Like auto pick. I don't give a fuck. Fuck the big streamers, by the way. But on auto pick, okay, fine. If they don't care and you could just auto pick them, that's fine too. But like, I think you should pay attention, draft your team. And what I found, Soups, and see, we're about a month into best ball season. We're a month into Draft-a-Palooza. And I'm starting to get that to that point where I already know what players are kind of going to be available and what rounds and all that. So you start to get a feel for this stuff. So anyway, let's start off with a pit bull. I promised a pit bull, 10 entry max, 100K to first, 28,000 entrants. Let's fucking go. What's up, Araby? What's up? MNBB. Let's go. Annoyed Squidward. Hey. It's gummies and best ball tonight, guys. smoke them if you got them, drink them if you got them, whiskey, whatever your thing is. How about some health if you want to be into healthy shit? Eat some organics. Let's go. Let's get into it. Draft number 1, the Pitbull. I'm going to need you guys to help me fill this. We're going to go a 20-second per pick. This is not one of those ones. I was gassed up to do the Pitbull by you, Soups. So I might need the crew here to help me fill it. As a matter of fact, we might end up getting stuck in a contest here that doesn't fill. But I'm going to try the Pitbull. It's $20 entry, 38,000 entrants on Underdog. Promo code DFS Army on Underdog if you need one. Let's go. Airby's pumped. I'm fucking pumped too, bro. What we're going to do here is, actually, let's take a look at the Pitbull. So this is a Pitbull contest. So let's talk about how this contest plays out once again, like all the other ones. This is not an eliminator. This contest style is all about emerging from your pod in the top 2 to make the playoffs. Yeah, it's filling, guys. It's filling pretty quick. I don't know if that's you guys filling it up, but we got 2 spots left, so I have hope, right? If you want to be in this draft, I will evaluate your draft at the end for better. For some people, sensitive. I'm going to evaluate your draft at the end, probably. So that's the bonus of drafting here with us. You will. So, all right. There we go. We are filled, and I'm going to, there's 2 things I'm going to do here, but primarily what I'm going to do is actually, I've been told that for drafting purposes, and I'm going to ask you guys if you agree, but I've been told that for the purpose of the draft, that visually in the podcast, it is better to show you specifically the draft board. So I'm going to go with a full draft board view for you guys as opposed to my usual view. So let me know if this gives a better visual experience for this draft. I don't know. Oh, shit. The second I touch that window, it does do that. So we're going to expand her fully wide. And yeah, let's see how that looks. All right, that looks pretty good. Okay, so we are filled. We are live. And let's see. My overlay is working. It's working as well. So we are filled. We are live, and we are on the clock. Let's see if I can recognize. Oh, fuck, yeah. Everybody's here hanging out. Look at this. Now, let me know if you're in the draft with us right now, guys. But I see, at least from reckoning, we got Ray Zanny in there and Razor, pick number 4. Yeah, we're going to do 2 tonight, Squidward. We'll probably jump over to DraftKings for the next one, though. I kind of promised a little mix for tonight. We are gummied up and ready to go. I see Soups in here. MTKL, maybe I know you, maybe I don't. LA Kings, maybe I know you. I'm starting to recognize the names so much that I don't even know if you're in the draft with us anymore. I have no idea. But what I do know is we got Ray Zanny in here on the 4 hole. We got Soups in here on the 8 hole. I am in there sitting at the 10 pick. We've already seen Ray Zanny mix it up with Taylor pick 1.4. I don't mind Taylor anywhere, so fine by me. Fine by me. Now, Big Marley. Yes. What's up, brother? Are you in there with us? Get in there. A little best ball draft and Big Marley Marl. Fucking 16-inch pythons, bro. I hope the picture is an accurate representation of reality. It is best ball summer here. Board the Captain is in here. Pick number 2 with us. We appreciate you hanging out. Fucking hell yeah. How come the screen... Wait a minute. How come the live stream is not showing the picks? Am I tripping right now? Something's up. All right, let me deal with this right after my pick. Hold up. We got Janty, James Cook, everybody off the board. So I'm starting off with Amon-Ra here. But more interestingly, it seems like the overlay. Yeah, there it is. So it's working. Okay. Wait, what the fuck was I seeing just a minute ago? It's crazy. Okay. Yeah. All right. That's all good. All right. That's working. Wait, Saquon Barkley showing. You know what? If I don't have the screen open, this is crazy. I see what's going on. If I don't have this open, you're not going to be able to see it. All right. So now I've got to figure out where to move this thing. I'm on the clock momentarily. That's crazy. All right, we're back on the clock. My first pick was Amon-Ra, and I'm going to choose here between Omarion and Chase Brown. Chaz, bro. Let's go Omarion for this one. And we'll take our second pick, get that going. There we go. So we are too deep, folks. We are too deep. Big Marley's in the house. So fun. Board the captain in the 2-hole. Big Marl, stick around for the next one. I'm going to do a DraftKings one. Heavy on running back. So actually, I want to talk a little bit about the strategy from the end of round one versus the beginning. I put out a couple of videos already here on the YouTube channel. One about what your draft should look like. I really prefer the early pick. Like, give me Gibbs or Bijan. I think there is a palpable advantage this season just having that pick. But when you pick from the 1 or 2 hole, what's going to happen is now Tufanda and our boy here, Board the Captain, you are going to have a choice, right? Your choice is going to be kind of take a mid, kind of shitty almost running back with your pick 2. If you're like married, and pick 3, if you're married to the idea of running backs, when you start out up front with that first pick, you're kind of deciding, man, do I want some kind of not that great running back here? And the not that great running back names, Jeremiah Love and Breece Hall. Did Breece Hall go already? Where the fuck is Breece Hall? And Breece Hall. So yeah, let me sort by ADP on my screen here so I see it right. So you got like Jeremiah Love and Breece Hall come up here. And I'm always fighting the temptation because I don't like either one of those guys too much. So, but that is the temptation at the turn. Tufanda did what I usually do, which is grab Rashee Rice with that end of round 1 pick. Now let's see what is that Tufanda? Top Hamda. Top Hamda literally watched my video about drafting from the 1 slot because that's literally the 2 players that I drafted. And by the way, somebody trolled me in the comments of that video, trolling me, saying I don't know ball because Devontae Smith isn't going to be good because Mekhi Lemon is going to take all the targets. This is why sometimes you just got to do it. Like, bro, if I got to listen to your stupidity, I don't even know what to do. So Razani, London, and Higgins. That's the harsh stuff. Switching it up. I'm going to keep the late night streams going as long as it's fun and it's intimate. We're all hanging out. I like the late night stream. Actually, I prefer it. Especially, it's really nice during the day, and I kind of like hanging out in my pool. Fucking cigar, snifter of Courvoisier, just hanging by the pool during the daytime. All right, we're about to come up on our next pick. Draft assistant begging me to take Malik Neighbors right now. I can see here that no one has taken Breece Hall. We got McBride off the board. Where's Bowers? There he goes. And we're up next. So let's get ready. Oh, no. Thank you for letting me know. Hold on a second. Microphone issues. I must be connected to the wrong thing. Let me see. Well, boy, I'm on the clock. Hold up. Fucking Breece Hall's dropping to the point where I almost want to take him. But no. I refuse. Malik Neighbors. It's crazy. Breece Hall now. This is like insanity. Hold on. Let me fix my mic situation. Hold up. What the fuck happened to my mic? Oh, yeah, that's not the right one. Uh-oh. USB communication. Uh-oh. All right. That's a problem. Something got unplugged. What a disaster. I just want to say that is a wait. Let me get my microphone thingy a little bit closer now. So now this is my. Sorry guys, I'm gonna bring this a little bit closer to where I'm sitting, but I don't think it's gonna be that great. That's right, Terry Sarber. Wait, I'm on the clock. I'm on the Lad McConkey. Ugh. Shit. It's not even what I wanted to do. The microphone thing threw me off. Yeah, see, this is what I have. I'm not going to be at my. I should do the cheaper draft right now. I can't believe my mic is not right. This is so upsetting. Microphone. Check. Where's my Scarlett? HD cam link. No. Oh, no. Yeah. Something got unplugged on my computer, so I am connected to the crappy microphone today. You're just going to have to deal with it. Yeah, you'll be able to hear me. It's not as sexy as I normally come through, like my quality microphone. I'm going through the USB thing here. It's poor quality. It upsets me. All right. We are, though, back in focus. Yeah, okay. So moving it closer helped. All right. That's cool. All right. So I'm going to move this other one. I got this little guy here next to me. This is definitely my backup microphone. Look at this run on. Yeah. It's, this is the emergency one. I got the good one here. It's just, I've been fucking with my whole setup. Got a new computer downstairs. Got a whole thing going on. Remember that, Ivan Drago? Tech issues. When Drago and the crew were recording the World Cup preview. Phantom tech issues. All right, so I'm going to talk about some picks I really liked so far here. Josh Jacobs dropping all the way to 48 is absolute bonkers. Guys, no, it's my thing is just not. I know how to correct the microphone. It's this thing either got unplugged or there's something I need to crawl under the computer to do. Something got unplugged. So it is what it is. And here go all of the quality running backs. So, and there we go, the not so quality running backs. Trevion Henderson, Ray loves to take Trevion Henderson there. Jadarian Price goes a little bit above his, let's call it expected part. Meanwhile, I've got three sweet wide receivers early. This is like the opposite of my usual kind of draft. There goes Judkins. Freaking everybody's just taking all the running backs. You guys are like greedy about these running backs. Disgusting. It's actually disgusting. You're making me sick. All of you. Making me sick. Still lots of good talent on the board, but a very intense run on running back has ensued here. Now, I'm going to grab Basil Tootin because I want my second running back too. I ain't trying to, wait the longest. But we're going to go a little bit. I'm going to call this approach that I've done here a little bit of like, let's call it balanced, but certainly maybe hero RB with Omarion and then nothing else. Yeah. We could pair up Herbert for sure with Omarion and Ladd. We got a shot at Dart as well. And even Goff. Like, I'll take all three of those guys. I'll take all three. Fine by me. Still want to kind of get my running backs in order. QB. Oh, we're back on the clock here. My tools are recommending DJ Moore. Tight end. Don't like. Quarterback position. Don't need yet. Yeah. Bam. Taking DJ Moore. All right. This is heavy wide receiver. And what I'm going to be looking to do in the next few rounds is get these quarterback stacks figured out for my team. So I'm open to, I've got a Dart path. I've got a Herbert path. And I've got a Goff path, all open for me. So I'm going to be thinking about players from those teams so that I can build as correlated of a lineup as I possibly can. We're going to star off those quarterbacks right now. I'm going to start starring off some running back. You don't like DJ Moore? I think DJ Moore can become Stephon Diggs. I think it's a little risky, but I think he could become Stephon Diggs this year for Josh Allen. I don't see why not. Who else is Josh Allen throwing to? But also, DJ Moore could be washed. I think with DJ Moore this year, I think either he's like that guy. Like DJ Moore, would it shock you? Would it blow your mind if he was a top 12 scoring wide receiver this season? Airbnb? I would ask you that question. I want you to ask yourself, Would your mind be blown if DJ Moore gave you top 12 upside? I have a system with tight end, Airbnb. I like to grab a lot of tight ends late in the draft. So that's just a system that's, let's call it a different approach than I would use for redraft. In best ball, all right, let me get into a theory I have, not a theory, but a reality of best ball. So in our regular draft, and this is gonna highlight a little bit the difference between best ball and your redraft team, because that's important. That's an important difference to understand. Just give me a second here. I want to scroll down a little bit so we can follow along. Yeah, there we go. All right, so I'm coming up on the pick here in a second, so let me pay attention. But I need running backs. I need a tight end pretty soon here. Let's see, we're at pick. I need my quarterback. Yeah, okay. Laporta, Pitts. Mm-hmm. Gadsden or Njoku, my recommendation is neither. All right, here we go. Justin Herbert. We're going to be building a Justin Herbert team. Yeah, I mean, I have board captain. I have all the Vegas. Hang on, I'll show you. I can't show it to you on screen right now, but I have all the Vegas props for all the players. But let me get my pick in. Stop trying to distract me. Try to make a pick. It's coming up. Maybe. I want to get into it though. But like I said, with DJ Moore, to me, I think it's either the guy is going to, all right, Trevor Lawrence, Jackson Dart is ADP of 99. Yeah. Double down. I have how many running backs? I have two running backs. So we're going to start to get into more running backs here in the next couple rounds. So anyway, let me get back into my philosophy, not my just philosophy, but what the data showed when I researched best ball and what's happened in best ball mania over the last 4 years. The single and one exclusive, let's call it draft strategy that's worked is not drafting tight ends early. Not drafting tight ends early. Now I'm going to explain why that works. So let's say, listen, I love Brock Bowers as much as the next guy. And of course, over the last couple of years, some early tight ends have really failed. Like Travis Kelce really hasn't been worth an early pick the last few years. Last year, George Kittle wasn't worth it. But that's not the thing. There is a very specific math reason why in regular redraft, I have to make a decision every single week in terms of which tight end I'm going to start. And when you do that, you miss out on those spike weeks that the scrub tight ends all have, right? Like Hunter Henry has a couple of good weeks a year. Juwan Johnson, all of these, David Njoku types, these guys have a few good weeks most years. The problem with them had been that they're inconsistent. 1 week it's good, 1 week it's bad. And, Sam Laporta has a few good weeks every season. Dallas Goedert, he's fine. But when you get a whole pile of those secondary tight ends, they all work together as like one really good tight end. So I think you can replace a single good tight end with like 3 or 4 shitty ones. DJ Moore looked washed last year. I agree. But I would also remind you, people forget, and this is an interesting situation. Like DJ Moore before last year was like a top 12 guy. So what the hell happened to him? He's only 28 years old. Is he completely washed? Maybe. But maybe he'll be refreshed on a new team like Stephon Diggs was. Big Marley, this one is not BBM. This one is called the Pitbull or something. It's like a $20 entry one that's like 10 entry max that's available right now. So I think it's called the Pitbull. All right, here we go. Now, folks, I am low on running backs. So I'm going to grab my guy, Kenny Gainwell. Recent information from the coaching staff in Tampa. They're talking about Kenny Gainwell as if he is a like the starter. They were like, we didn't pay him $7 million a year to sit behind somebody. So this idea that, for example, Bucky Irving is specifically ahead of Kenny Gainwell is, oh, why am I talking into this mic? That's not even a fucking mic. It's not even on. But this idea that Bucky is ahead of Kenny Gainwell, where'd you get that from? I would ask, where does that come from? Because, damn. I guess we're going to grab Fannin. What the hell just happened? Who took Kyle Pitts? Why won't my eyes see where Pitts went? Oh, there he. Oh my God! What a jump of ADP. Pitts went. Pick. Oh my good. What the hell? What the hell? Hold on. Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts goes. Yeah, this is just a great, in this contest, if a guy drops well beyond their normal ADP, you got to take him because my competition didn't get to take him here, right? They're paying a higher price. So Kyle Pitts goes pick 88. All right, that's not such a jump in ADP. Pitts had been going around 100 overall. Here he went 88 overall. Pretty, okay. Interesting. I was like sitting here waiting for Pitts. Sorry, dealing with some technicals. Just want to make sure I can get that window open so I can. There it is. Let's get a little scroll down here so we can open a little more space up on the screen. All right. Yeah, I mean, listen, I think Pitts is worth it. Pitts is one of my favorite players this year, no doubt. But that's a couple rounds too soon. I mean, Fannin normally went ahead of him. So let's observe the draft board here real quick. See what people are doing. We're going to go through some full drafts in a second. But, let me pay attention to actually what the hell I'm doing because this is a money draft and I'm trying to make that money. I've got Herbert and Dart stacks in the books. Herbert stacked up with two of his guys. Dart in there. So I want to start to pay attention to correlated players. Juwan Johnson, absolutely one of my guys from the last few years. For the last few years at tight end. Always enjoy him. Travis Hunter is one of my guys. But I also still need to beef up my running back position. So we're not going to ignore any sort of like value running back that happens to be floating around. I've got 3 running backs, 4 wide receivers, 2 quarterback, and a tight end to start this draft out. And the tight end position still looks pretty good. I'm looking at remaining players available. There we go. We're up next. I was hoping Tyrone Tracy would kind of last to me there. I don't mind Tyrone, but I have a crazy idea here. Oh, Hunter. Love that pick also. It's like you guys know. It's like you knew. LA Kings, are you in here? Okay. We're going to get the H-N to Omarion Hampton's, I don't know. H-N? I don't know. Right now, the best ball bros think Keaton Mitchell will be the H-N of this thing, and Mostert. I don't know. I don't know if I buy it. Actually, no, I don't buy it, but whatevs. All right, we've got, let's see here, 4 wide receivers, 4 running backs, 1 tight end, 2 quarterbacks. I can basically do whatever I want with my next pick. So we're coming up in a second here. Let's see what the draft board looks like right now. Looks like the tight ends are where the value's at. And specifically, could I wait a little bit? Yes. Yeah. I'm going to go with Goddard here. What's up, Slushy TV? What's up, brother? Put these comments on the screen. Yeah, what's up, my man? Yeah, we got a nice crew drafting on Underdog Best Ball, a Draft-a-Palooza in full play. Let's see here. So my overlay is telling me that, for Justin Herbert, we still have Rondé Gadsden, Trey Harris as potential targets. For Jackson Dart, there's Darnell Mooney and Malachi Fields to pay attention to. I'm just going to start starring off some of these names. Make sure they're showing up in my my queue here. Let's see, Rondé Gadsden. I don't have much Rondé Gadsden at tight end. Probably not going to take him even if he was available. It's not something a player I'm super excited by. Trey Harris looks all right. Yeah, I got a lot of Harris. Soups, notice that like all the names that I was pushing early in best ball season are now just shooting up the draft. Not saying that it's because of me, but we recognized it months before everybody else. Draft assistant's mostly ready, Slush. I've been told that I'm just trying out this new thing of showing the full draft board, but I've got the draft assistant up here working for me. But what I haven't completed yet is an ability to deliver it. I applied on the Google Chrome store for an overlay, and so far I've heard nothing. I've got to do a little more checking to see what that's there. Yeah, I can't believe you're hating on DJ Moore that much. I think he has potential this year. Like I've had DJ Moore for a lot of years in Dynasty, and outside of last season, he's been great. I've always wanted to see what he could do with a good quarterback, and he's never really had one. I made one interesting choice, or another interesting choice earlier, which was Kenny Gainwell over Jonathan Brooks. I normally take Jonathan Brooks, but I went with Gainwell here because, again, the coaches are literally out there talking like Gainwell and Bucky are, kind of in the same thing. I think Jonathan Brooks has more take over the whole thing potential. But Gainwell, I think, has going to be useful every single week potential. And the way that this draft was kind of coming together for me, I just figured, you know what? I'd rather do that. RB in the next few picks. QB is good. So value, Saduk. We've got Jaron Naylor as our sort of next best ranked player. If he's available, I think you almost have to take Jaron Naylor there. Let's see. I'm going to sort by ADP here. There goes Cam Ward. You can wait. Checo. Running backs are pretty crap here. Yeah, I'm just going to take my best ranked wide receiver here, Jaron Naylor. We don't know who the Naylor could be the WR1 for the Raiders for all we know. That doesn't mean he's going to get a ton of looks, but he could be the WR1 for his team. I don't know. Let's see what we are looking like. The 5 wide receivers, 2 quarterbacks, 2 tight ends, 4 running backs. One of my running backs is kind of a little bit of a handcuff. So we're going to keep going here. I'm going to go with Flournoy, a useful wide receiver. Flournoy, that WR3 role for for Dallas is actually pretty useful. He's flying up the draft boards right now. I got my producer like, dude, your microphone sounds fucked up. I'm like, yep, I know. You don't like my draft, Airbnb. That's okay. We're going to do a lot of these drafts. We're going to do a lot of them. Let's see where we're at. I'm pretty good with it, though. I like building correlated teams. That's my most important thing. Yeah. Brutal. But you know what? I appreciate your hanging out, and I, even criticisms, I'm cool with it. This one went a little weird for me. Normally I just go heavier running back than I did. So I usually like to wait a little longer on wide receivers and kind of go more aggressive running back early. Yeah, still lots of good tight ends left. No worries there. We'll be able to fill in with a bunch of quality ones as this draft continues. Adani. Plug in some of my favorite names here. Are there any late running backs that I like? Probably not really. Oh boy. Financial advice. Not high yield savings, but yes, you can. If you're just cool with that money hanging around, what you want to do is you could put it in your Fidelity account in the money market. Fidelity money market is going to pay about 3.5% right now, which is pretty good. Yeah, you get a Fidelity money market, make you 3%. Sold my old split with the ex-missus. Yeah, but don't leave that cash sitting around for too long. Don't leave that cash sitting around. Better to invest it in best ball contests on Underdog. Invest in best ball. All right, we're going to start filling out our yeah, there we go. I'm going to start filling out our stacks a little bit here. All right, QB3 in the books, Jacoby Brissett. Oh, there he is. Tattoo. You can't see the names? Oh, yeah. That's an interesting dilemma. Can't tell who's drafting. That is a problem. So I have to think about this too. Let's see here. Scroll up. There we go. But you want to see the draft, and I'm about to be back on the clock. We're in the last few rounds, so I'm drafting from the 9 hole in this one. That's me. Scotty, what's up, man? Yeah, money market's great. 3.5%. Don't take any risks. Don't risk anything. Oh, one of my favorite guys. Here, I'm going to get the high five from Airby for this next pick. You ready for it? Come on, baby. Tank Dell. Let's go. One of my favorites. High five. Where is it? What? I want a hipster. There it is. There it is. Thank you. You're welcome. Tank Dell. You know what? There was a time when Tank Dell was the WR1. There was a time before that injury where you were trading away a first-round pick in Dynasty for Tank Dell. I think I spit out my my vape earlier. What the hell happened there? Dude, his leg was broken like 5 years ago. He's better now. He's all healthy now. Seriously. There it is. That's the hipster high five I was waiting for Tank Dell. Let me tell you something, Airby. I'm going to help you win at this. Trust me. I'm going to help you win at this. I'm going to help you crush it One of the things I know is that you want to ignore the crowd. The minute we can be on someone that the crowd isn't on, the minute we're on somebody the crowd isn't on, that's our edge. Tank Dell, yes. Did he break his leg fucking twice? Was it the most horrific leg injury you've maybe ever seen? Yeah. But you know what? That was 2 years ago. By the end of the 2025 season, Tank Dell was already out there. They had shut him down for that whole year, said take a full year to recover. But check this out. First of all, we drafted him in round 16. Let's not go crazy. But if he's recovered, this is a GPP tournament. If he is fully recovered, this guy was running around last season. He was out there talking to reporters last year during the season, said, I can play now. They just put me on IR, so I got to wait till next year. And all I'm saying is, yeah, back when Tank Dell was in the game, CJ Stroud actually looked good. Tank Dell was in competition with Nico Collins for who the WR1 was. It was not definitively clear. So I'm just taking an upside shot. I'm drafting Tank Dell everywhere this offseason. You're going to give it to a player like that to me in the last couple rounds where, yes, the downside is he kind of sucks, but the upside is he turns into Tank Dell that he was in 2023 before he got hurt. Oh, yeah, baby. Let's go. For our next draft, you know where we're going, TiVo time. We're getting that $10 bill. All right, I'm coming up on my pick in a second here. We're going to continue to push for our stacks. And in this case, I'm going to grab Darnell the Gazelle Mooney as a player just to stack up with Jackson Dart. There goes Deshaun Watson, MTK. I feel like I know you, MTK, whoever you are. I do feel like I know you. But I do feel like that. Like, yeah, with Dart, baby. Remember, this isn't we're not drafting a redraft team here. We're drafting a best ball team. Close it out. Close it out. Let's see what this draft looks like. Let's see what everybody's draft look like here. Let's drag open that window. I'm doing a little something different here on screen with this big draft board. Let me know, guys, if you prefer visually seeing the draft this way versus the way I normally show it, where you can kind of see my screen and my picks and my overlay and all that shit going on my screen. I can't really do this, but somebody gave me feedback. They were like, just make the draft board huge in the background. It's more fun for us to watch it that way. So let me know. Meantime, let's go through some of these drafts and see what everybody did. I'm only going to do those of you guys who are in here with us. So I know we got Board the Cap in here picking from number 2 overall, and you had the all-important number 2 pick, Bijan Robinson. And again, if you watch my perfect draft from the early spot, this is exactly how I expect it to go. You get Bijan, and you're kind of like, hey, I got my RB1 locked down. So we'll grab a couple of wide receivers here, super studs, really good. Scatterbo and Montgomery. So this, I can't be happier with a draft like this. This is fucking great. Interesting that, the other person here did sort of a little something different in these second 2 picks. Went, oh, you're LA Kings. Oh, you're in here too. Yoda. What's up, Brady? Okay, so LA Kings. That I knew. I thought it looked familiar. So, Board the Cap though. He's in here. So 3 stud running backs. I love all 3 of these guys. Bijan, Scatterbo, Montgomery. Montgomery's going to be great in this format. One of my favorites. Yeah, this is Quentin Johnston is getting a little bit ridiculous here, going 71st overall. That's a bit out of control, but whatevs. Another running back in Chuba. So we got 4 actual starting running backs. This is a high floor approach. It kind of looks like how I like to build my teams. Laporta at 95, reasonable value. And then again, great value with Michael Wilson here at 98. Downside, I think maybe we waited a little too long at wide receiver at quarterback. So Board the Cap, I know you're in here. Dude, this was a great draft. I guess I can't even complain. You know what? Because you got Collins and Olave, you waited here. You know what? I'm not even going to say that. I think it is good. Shook and Stroud. I just think these two, as much as it's nice that they're comboed up with their wide receivers for the most part. We got New Orleans here. I don't know if you got any other players, but like I think that's cool. But also Shook and Stroud are pretty shitty quarterbacks overall. So I think I'd want more than just like a Penix as a third. I would have. All right. That's the only downside for me is that even though they are nicely tied to stacks, I'm not sure Shook and Stroud are going to get you like combined for 23, 24 plus most weeks, which is kind of what you want. Yeah, but good double correlation. Both week 8 buys, that would be a problem as well. All right, so who else? Ray Zanny, GOAT. By the way, Ray Zanny is in here. This man has won the puppy before, $200,000 winner, won the darts tournament in his garage. That's not worth $200,000, but still pretty good. 70% of his lineups or 60% made the playoffs last year in the puppy. Absolutely unbelievable. Ray Zanny, I always pay attention to your drafts.
Baseball push-up testing. FEC's a way of life. I'm a Guido for life.
Grew up best friends with Paulie D. That's fucking cool. That's cool. Jonathan Taylor, starting point. Then we go Drake, Higgins, Wilson. So a 3-pack of strong wide receivers. Trevion Henderson, risky pick. Obviously, we don't know what the Patriots are going to do there, but a little risky. We got Burrow paired up with Higgins. We just got naked Jalen Hurts here. Probably, I'm assuming that just felt like some value there. A little naked Jalen Hurts. Addison, not one of my favorites this year. Rashad White, Rodriguez. So a couple of also solid backup running backs later on in the draft here. We're doing DK next, so you hit us just the right time. Yeah. I think you're right aboard the captain in the sense that, like, I don't trust Tua to hold down that job for more than half the season. I do think Tua will start, but that dude's an injury waiting to happen. Romeo Doubs, Okonkwo. So, Chigo. I love Chigo. That's your first tight end, but he's a good one. Then we go crazy. Yeah, 1, 2, 3 kind of crappy tight ends at the end, but that's all you need. Wicks paired up with just a little forced stack with Hurts there. And, Tank Bigsby also in there with Hurts. I actually like this concept of, like, Hurts, but also Saquon gets hurt, so Tank Bigsby comes in and helps you win the whole thing. So, well thought through for Ray Zanny there. Let's see who else. We got Soups in here. McCaffrey, Swift on the start. The DraftKings we're probably going to do in 25er, bro. We'll probably do the Millie Maker. I think there's some promotion. But let's see what everybody wants. Let me finish this breakdown, though, and then we're going to jump right over to that one. So I'm trying to, like, give everybody a little bit of why not? Wouldn't you like me to look at your lineup and tell you what I think? I don't know. If you don't want me to, let me know. But Soups, McCaffrey, I love CM Sizzles. I love him there at pick 8. A.J. Brown, so that'll be a unique starting combo. I think, unique enough. Zay Flowers. I don't mind Zay Flowers there either. Zay Flowers was really good last year. I took Malik a couple of picks later, but obviously Javonte, there were some running backs could have gotten with that spot. In hindsight, I'll talk about what I could have switched up in my draft here a little bit. But, Flowers, Tetaroa, fine. D-Swizz with McCaffrey. Look at this run on running backs that happened here. You're like in a rush. I get it. I felt the same pain. I was like, holy shit, they took them all. But yeah, you got a little different because you started with McCaffrey at pick 8, which he usually goes like a couple picks sooner. I think this is pretty standard stuff, though. Swift there. Brian Thomas Jr., Jaden Reed, a little risque player. We got Jolo with Reed. We got T-Law with Brian Thomas Jr. That happens a lot. That does happen a lot. So it won't be the first time, and it won't be the last. But let's see. I haven't even broken down my draft yet. So everybody's calling $3. All right, we'll do a $3 one on DraftKings. All right, I'm in. Stick around. Wait, let me gummy up. Oh, yeah. As Big Marley says, do the Millie. We'll see. I got to trick it. Maybe we'll have some people in the one and others in the other one. But let's finish this out. So, yeah, pretty good draft. Soups, you got some nice correlation there with Jolo and Trevor Lawrence. Tyrone, Aaron Jones. Yeah, 3-pack of solid tight ends here in the middle. Didn't spend too much draft capital at tight end. I might have even taken a fourth one like I did for me. Gino, and then some fill-ins. I like the Zachariah Branch pick late for you, Soups. LA Kings is in here. Baby Yoda. In Brooklyn, we don't say Yoda. We say Yoder. We put an R at the end of it. In Boston, they say Yoda. It's like Yoder would be changed to Yoda. But in New York, Yoda is changed to Yoder. There he is. Oh, Stubbs is with you. All right, and playing some catch-up dart. So Stubbs in the, maybe, in the draft as well. Dude, this was a whole crew. That's why we filled up a pit bull so quick. It's like the whole draft was in here. No wonder I did that. All right, so LA Kings, Janty, Brown. I love the start. I don't know if I'm taking Ashton Janty. Yeah, I probably am. I probably like Amon-Ra a little more, but I did take Amon-Ra, so whatever. Chase Brown, great. Luke Burden, Jalen Waddle, Odunze. So we got double. Oh, this is brutal. Dude. Brutal. Burden, Odunze, and then you're like waiting for Caleb to get to this spot here, and Caleb goes to empty closet over here. Oh, with the steal, Colston Loveland. Oh man, is that brutal? He got Loveland. Of course he's going to take. Look, my boy. This is all right. Hold on. I hope this person is not in here. MTK. By the way, what the fuck? Where's my guy? Arby. What about MTK taking fucking 2 stud tight ends right in the middle of the draft? Folks, I'm going to tell you something. Hold on. I just saw this. If you want to lose at best ball, if you want to not win, do this. Okay? Double stud tight end, you know how frequently that's won a best ball tournament? Never. In the whole, I have 18 million contests 18 million entries that we have observed, and this will never win. So this is terrible, terrible play. Loveland and Warren, gross. 3 running backs, fine, but we don't start taking wide receivers till late. That's no good. All right. So anyway, LA Kings, back to it. Hoping for Caleb. Doesn't get there. I know what happens here because I've been there before. Panic sets in. What the fuck just happened? What the hell happened to Caleb? Don't know what to do. Just take Makai Lemon and worry about it later. So I've been there. Tony Pollard, Kyle Pitts, and then it's like, all right, I wish I had Caleb, but I'll just take Bo Nix. Bo Nix does not really correlate with anybody here. Yeah, just doesn't really correlate at all. That's not great. So this one kind of Hunter, I think you have. This was so promising. Yeah, Cam Ward. So the quarterback situation here is not very good. LA Kings, you're here in the chat, so I'm going to tell you, brother. You had it going. Shit got a little crazy here when Caleb went, but I think the correct move still would have been to get one of the better quarterbacks here. I'm happy that you left him for me because I got Herbert and Dart. But I'm going to say here, like Bo Nix. So you're going to put a lot into Bo Nix, who's not that consistent, with just one other in Cam Ward. So if I'm only getting Bo Nix, basically when my quarterback starts out this way, you got to get 3. Yeah, I can tell. Listen, it happens to me. It fucking goes off the rails. That's the beauty of the fact that we're handcrafting lineups. It's going off the rails for everybody. Oh, fuck yeah. I want to come for Dart Night. Ray, I tell you this all the time, but I used to throw dart back in the college days. We had a dart board. That's all we did all day. Throw darts. Bam. Then, like, some frat invited us over for their dart tournament. Me and my boy Big Earn went in there as a 2-man team and won the fucking tournament. And then they kicked us out and said, you can never come back to our tournament because there was money involved. Apparently they were running that tournament for years, just scamming everyone. And it was always like those dudes from the house that would win. And then when we came and won, they were like, fuck you guys. Don't ever come back. That's a real story. That's a true story, Scott Wheat. Tattoo. All right, my draft. Did my draft go wrong? Maybe. We started out with Amon-Ra. Omarion. I like the start. Not super unique, though. These are about where they go. And then where I got different here and I had to make a decision, and I almost regret the decision because I think I could have waited a little bit, but not really, was I took Malik Neighbors instead of Javonte. Now, I have Javonte ranked. I think one of the reasons why some of my less favorite guys went, I don't know, maybe it's because you guys are in here with me, but I've got Javonte ahead of Breece Hall. So it was a choice here between Malik Neighbors or Javonte Williams. Now, in an eliminator, I'm taking Javonte all day. And I've been drafting so many freaking eliminators. I'm like, I want to do different crazy. So I said, fuck it. I'll take Malik Neighbors and we'll build a Dart lineup. Dart has the best playoff schedule of any quarterback this year. And if Neighbors is healthy and Dart is going bananas in the playoffs, maybe that's the thing that helps me get through those rounds. So we go with Neighbors. Ladd McConkey's just one of my guys this year. I love Ladd. And you can see here, Ladd started off a run of wide receivers. I'm going to throw this question out there for you guys. So I took Ladd, and this is for you guys in the chat. Listen close. Okay, I take Ladd McConkey here. All of these other wide receivers were available. Now, I've got Ladd at the top of that group, so I'm happy with it. But are you guys, when you look at that, are you like, no, I'd rather have player X ahead of Ladd? So let me know if from here, I would even include maybe Neighbors and Burden in that conversation, but Ladd McConkey or any of these other ones, let me know what your thoughts are in the comment. Are you preferring Ted McMillan or Jameson or Ibuka, Garrett Wilson? Any of these guys going to be preferred over Ladd? Arrow, do not forget, they spread the ball last year with Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen's not there anymore. Keenan Allen is not on that team, which is why I love Ladd McConkey. Plus, let me open your mind to two things. First, Keenan Allen is gone. Second, and almost better, they added Mike McDaniels as the offensive coordinator. That entire Chargers offense goes from being boring-ass, old-school, run the football, garbage to Mike McDaniel, super fresh, super new, sunglasses, slick back hair, offensive coordinator, new NFL, Gen fucking Z. It's a whole different thing. It's not always a repeat of last year. We got the Mike McDaniel. You ever see that dude? Fucking slick back. He looks like Miami. Got the sunglasses on. Smoking hot girlfriend. I'm guarantee it. I don't even know. But I guarantee that dude's girlfriend, Mike McDaniels, is smoking hot. I just know it. Somebody look that shit up and let me know. He might not be, it's the sunglasses. Let me give you my Mike McDaniels look. Would you guys watch the show? Would you watch the show if this was my look? Would you prefer it? He's married? Oh. I bet his wife is super hot, though. I bet she is. I'm just guessing. I haven't looked it up. But you prefer it. See, Scott, everybody's going to think I'm a douche from wearing sunglasses inside. You're like, we already think you're a douche. It doesn't matter. It's not changing anything. I think for the night stream, maybe we got to go sunglasses on. Even if they sounded like all right. Anyway, my draft. Let me just finish this and then we're going to go on to DraftKings. I don't care. I mean, I don't like to be, I want people to watch. But, like and subscribe. That's all I can say. I'm trying to get subscribers for DFS Army here. All right. So I took DJ Moore. So Ladd McConkey, again, no one said they like anybody more than Ladd. So I think you're all in agreement. And then here we go. We got to wait. And here the disaster happens. The fucking running back Nakba happens. And Montgomery, Henderson, Irving, Jadarian, what? I'm like, all right, at least I'll get Judkins. Nope. Judkins gone, Swift gone. So I hate being at the end of a positional run. Hate it. Actually, if I could do this draft again, I think the issue was I probably should have taken Jacobs right there. Yeah. I should have taken Josh Jacobs here. Pick 39. That's great value for him. I didn't notice him there. Normally I have 2 running backs by that point. So if I can have this one back, I'd probably do Jacobs here. And then if I had taken Jacobs there, I guess maybe like a Christian Watson with this spot. And then, of course, DJ Moore with my next. So I get Basil Tootin. I go DJ Moore. Brutal. But 63 is a good he fell to me there. This is part of it too. This isn't a reach on DJ Moore. This is like well at the end of the run. Okay? Like I have a problem with DJ Moore in round 4, but not where I got him in round 6. I'm pretty happy with that. From there, we're going to pair up Herbert with McConkey. I actually had a shot at Quentin Johnston, but somebody took him super early. So I was like, board the cap, man, 71. So Quentin Johnston really flying up the draft board, almost too much there. So never really had a real shot. I guess I could have taken him over DJ Moore, but that would have been the reach of a lifetime. So we get Herbert. We get Dart with Neighbors. It could have been. By the way, it could have been. I don't even deny it. I don't know. It could have been. I'm okay with it, though. You know what? The thing I like about this is I got Herbert. I always feel good if I'm stacked. I got Herbert with Hampton and Ladd McConkey. I got Dart with Neighbors and with Darnell Mooney. So I got a couple pieces with each of these guys. I throw in one of my favorite late pick quarterbacks, Jacoby Brissett, the brisket. Flournoy, Naylor, Goddard, Fannin, pretty good tight end combination here as well. So you know what? I'm cool with it. I like it. Could have been the Aviators. It's Mike McCarthy. These aren't even Mike McCarthy. You know what? These are like old fart Mike McCarthy sunglasses. Like Mike McCarthy doesn't even have this. He's got like those cooler sunglasses that look like regular glasses, but they're just starting to tint. Those transitions like extra cool Miami. I come from Cuba. All right. We're going to go over to DraftKings to do this next one. And I actually have a pretty fun story, and I'm contemplating. Let's go. Wait a minute. We got to X out our. Oh yeah, there we go. So I'm contemplating sharing the story. An old story about me. Wait, first thing I got to see is if I can actually log into DraftKings. I'm not wearing the hat backwards. Scott, that is the hat to the back is reserved for people with lots and lots of hair in the front like you. You know how you do it? Like if I do it, it's just like, it makes me look even bolder than I am. And it's bad enough, the reality. But it's worse to use the hat to make it even look more aggressive. All right. I'm going to NFL, and guys, I genuinely don't know if when I try to push the button right now and enter one of these contests, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get in it. So let me get my screen share going. Let me get my screen share here going, and we're on DraftKings. And I wasn't sure if I do have a fun story. I'm going to tell you the story. Remind me in a second though. Don't let me ADD away from it. But remind me of the Cuba story. I have a story of from college. So, all right, we've got a couple of contest types here. We got best ball, the big one, millionaire. I actually think there's some sort of a promotion right now for that contest. So let me get on my phone here and see. First, I want to see if I can do it from here. So you know what? Fuck this. Let me give it a try. I'm just going to try it. Yeah, I'm gonna listen. If I don't want to have to do that. Oh, son of a bitch! What's crazy is because I want to get the $10 free. There's a $25 and you get $10 free. We got to do that. But what's crazy is, why is this only happening for best ball? Like, I can enter regular DFS contests. That's what's kind of pissing me off. Like, wait, I can enter regular DFS contests. Yeah, I'm opting in. Oh, here it is. Get 20, $10 in tennis contest. What the fuck is that? All right. I'm going to be entering from my phone. Best ball. Yours does it too, Big Marley? Does it do it for... Wait, I just got to make sure I'm in the fast one. All right. Guys, by the way, I'm doing this on my phone. 3, 2, 1, Best Ball Millionaire. 3, 2, 1, enter. Submit entry. Here we go. I'm in. All right. I'm in. Dismiss. Fuck that. So my point is, why the fuck does it do that when I can enter DFS contests? That's the thing I don't understand. I can fully enter any DFS contest, and it doesn't do that thing, but it only does it for best ball. It's like they don't want me to play. All right, we are in, guys. It says live at 8:20. I don't even know what that means. All right, here we go. Oh, Big Marley's in. What's up, Big Marl? Who else is in there with us? Let's see. Looks like I'm picking 10th overall. I'm not sure if any else of you got in on this, man. Big Marley's in there. My grits. Where are you? Wait, what? Grim! I mostly did this for you. Like 90% for Grim was the reason we did. And you did the $3 Terry Sarbert. Oh, I did the 25. Soups missed it. These are filling fast. They're filling fast. Damn. All right. Well, I don't normally even play in this one, but because DraftKings is giving those kickbacks, it's like, how do you not? Big Marley's. How bad does my audio sound right now, guys? Give it to me for real. I'm sitting here talking into the worst of microphones, and my soul is tortured. It's very distracting. That's actually funny. All right, let me know. Yeah, so, Grim, like I specifically did this for you. I feel like, what the fuck? All right, so back into it. I'm going to be going back and forth from this draft board. Now, on DraftKings, I can't just keep the draft board open the whole time. Big Marley's on the clock. Pick number 1. If Big Marley doesn't take my boy Jahmyr Gibbs, I was going to lose my shit. So there we go. Big Marley gets Jahmyr. And we are live. DraftKings, Best Ball, Draft-a-Palooza. We are drafting a $25 entry in the DraftKings Millie Maker contest. I got Big Marley in here with me. I can't tell if any other you guys are in here, if I'm being real. So it does not seem to me like anybody else got in this one. We'll see. Now, just real quick, basic differences between FanDuel and DraftKings. You guys already know this. But DraftKings is going to give us full PPR points. What that means practically is on DraftKings, we're going to get a lot more benefit from those crazy-ass wide receivers that put up monster numbers. But secondarily, and I think overlooked, on DraftKings, we also probably benefit from those pass-catching type running backs that might really, we need touchdowns on Underdog for the running back to matter. But here in DraftKings, we can actually get it done with like Rashad White types. Your Keaton Mitchell is more interesting in a contest like this. Secondary running backs on teams where the starter is. Let's see where we're at. But secondary running backs on teams where the starter's locked in, but that patch catching second back can definitely fill in for us. And here on DraftKings, Amon-Ra, a player like Amon-Ra moves up. PPR guy, does a lot of scoring traditionally, but also catches a lot of passes. So we will look to favor that style of player as this draft moves along. The clock is a little bit slower on DraftKings, which, it's kind of nice for streaming. Yeah, Jonathan Taylor goes, and we've got a tough decision here. Janty's fine. Justin Jefferson is fine. I haven't done a lot of Justin Jefferson drafts. I'm going to take Janty. Justin Jefferson's interesting because, like, when you start with him, you can kind of build a Kyler Murray lineup and see if that whole Kyler Murray experiment works. Those are the kind of things I want to be doing much more in. Chase Brown, round 1. Let's go. Chazbro jumps up to round 1. I'm curious to see where Achan goes. BTC Palmer, Truck Expo. Not sure if these guys are, I don't know them. So those names don't really ring a bell. Yeah, that's my whole thing with Kyler, right? Kyler Murray can't throw for touchdowns. He can't see over the heads of the offensive linemen. It's tough. He hasn't thrown for touchdowns. It's the whole fucking career of it. Is this guy auto-drafting? Bitcoin Palmer? All right, we're up in a minute here. Barkley goes. And again, we're back on the clock with, I think a spot that I like to be in, a choice between Kenny Walker or Omarion Hampton. We went with Hampton in our last draft that we just did. We can, he's watching my stuff. Okay, I love you. All right, that's awesome. Yeah, you know what? Ashton Genty's not my favorite player this year. Like, he's not my favorite running back, but he catches enough passes that, I think he can be okay. I think he'll be fine. It's not one of my favorite picks. But again, this is best ball. We're not drafting our team. But as I look at this, the only other choice there was Justin Jefferson, another guy that I'm fading. So, like, at that spot, I wouldn't Chase Brown. That's a crazy reach. I definitely missed your. Did I? I did see it. I feel like I did see it before. I did see the comment, and I chuckled inside. Maybe I did miss it. So anyway, here we go. Whoa! We got big things happening on the screen. We got to talk about what's going on. So I started out with Ashton Genty and Kenny Walker. Get my running backs down. The only real change I could have made, like I said, I took Walker over Omarion Hampton, but it's going to be one or the other. Same with Janty. I could have gone with Justin Jefferson, but do I want to build this specific draft around Kyler Murray? Probably not. So, but I could have, and that's how I would have done it. Crazy reach happens in round 2 here with Josh Allen going to Lion Lucas. Nothing else crazy, though. A lot of these drafts get really fucking nuts. This one's not really doing that. This Lion Lucas thing, he took Allen and Cook together. This is opposite correlation. It's not something I would recommend doing. McCaffrey guy, Aggie Chad 21. Achan here at this spot. Again, if you watch my stuff, I am kind of fading Achan this year. I think the difference to me, Airbnb between like a Janty and an Achan is like the Raiders have their quarterback. They're not tanking. They're going to try to be good. They're probably just not going to be very good. Whereas I think the Miami is actively terrible, so they're going to be really, really bad. I do not want any of you drafting this approach of no running back in the first 5 rounds. I don't believe in it. I'm not a fan of it. It doesn't win. Don't do it. Get at least one. I don't mind waiting on running back, but don't do the 0 RB thing. You have to have at least one. You got to come out with one. Wow. Yeah, we're getting some interesting ADPs happening here. I'm kind of seeing, I haven't drafted a lot on DraftKings. Most of my drafts have been on Underdog so far. You can see here, this is definitely way earlier than I've seen like a Zay Flowers go. A lot earlier than I've seen, McConkey and any of these guys really go. So a bit of a run at the wide receiver position. Not much going on at I just did a Malik Neighbors draft. Can I actually do it again? I say no. I'm going to grab Jacobs and get my running backs locked down, maybe a little too aggressively, but I got my 3 running backs. I actually like Jacobs in this point. I don't think I overpaid for Jacobs at all here. Jacobs is fine. Like Jacobs was going pick like 30 overall, at the start of round 3, more ahead of a lot of these guys. And then he went to jail and people, or he got arrested and people made a big deal over it. Like, bro, why are they hating on Josh Jacobs? He didn't do shit. I didn't do nothing. He told me himself. He said, I didn't do nothing. I believe him. He didn't do nothing, man. Yeah, I haven't taken any real. Love is one of those names I just haven't drafted this year. I don't know. I got the vibe that there's a lot of competition for touches, not the best of teams. Maybe could be wrong. But I've already learned that Tyler Algier is no one that you want opposite your RB. Yeah. We're switching it up. Bitcoin Palmer. David Montgomery, another guy I really like this season, so fine by me. Yeah. You definitely you really only need 2, like Allen week and somebody to cover the bye, right? Went Josh Allen. So you can definitely load up on those other positions. Let's start to think about my next pick. We're not looking at running backs at all. We're going to look at tight ends and wide receivers here. So Ekbuka went. I think I have to do it. I think I got to go back to it. I just can't. The drop is too much. I'm taking Malik again. You guys are like, Kevin keeps taking Malik. Well, this time, what do you want me to do? Not take him at 39? This is getting ridiculous. If this guy comes back at all this year, he's going to outplay the shit out of this spot, especially the second half of the season when it matters. I only care about the second half. I only care about the second half, guys. Come on, I'm trying to win the whole thing. Playoff strength of schedule list right here. Check it out. Just did a video about playoff strength of schedule. No one's looking at this. No one will ever tell you about this stuff. This is what you're going to get here. But you want the Vikings, Colts, Saints, Jaguars, Giants, Falcons. These are the players who are look at the Giants schedule. They're in the dome in winter dome game against the Lions and dome game against the 32nd ranked Cowboys. Okay, I'll take that in the playoffs. That's what I want. Those are the matchups I want in the playoffs. Malik Neighbors, Jackson Dart, kicking ass. Saints, they're up against the Bucks, Cardinals. I mean, you want this. The Vikings, those players, Lions, Commanders, and Jets, like even the worst of offenses are going to smash the Jets. Saints, also really good. So concentrate on players from these teams in best ball. The only weeks that matter are 15, 16, and 17. Going to make the playoffs, but really, the only thing that really matters is advancing through the playoffs. Making the playoffs ain't going to do us nothing. All right, let's get back to the draft board. So we got Neighbors, the little run. ETN goes, Javonte, Lamar, second quarterback off the board, pick 44. Okay, I don't know. We got Cam Scatteraboo. Love Scatteraboo there, 45. That's a bargain. Javonte Williams. Oh my God, that's a bargain on Javonte. So, yeah. Colston Loveland. So Yeehaw again. Yeehaw, Big Marley. Please tell me that this Yeehaw guy is not in here in the draft with us. But I'm gonna tell you something. McBride and Loveland, 2 stud tight ends. That does not work. That's never worked. Maybe this time. Maybe. But I don't think so. Oh, Watson goes. I really like Watson. Yeah, we're running out of quality wide receivers. Let's go with Carnell the Gazelle. I think he's going to be a target machine this year. It was between Carnell and Roma Dunze, and I think Carnell will be an easier. Again, that'll be a bit of an easier kind of stack to build with his quarterback compared to Roma Dunze. Roma Dunze, everybody's competing for Caleb. You got to pay up for Caleb. Now, one of my favorite types of stacks to build this year, although this is not the way this one's going at. This one's going, but one of my favorite ways to build is definitely going to be with Trevor Lawrence and trying to build around T-Law, grabbing a couple of those like Brian Thomas Jr., Travis Hunter, Brent Hunt, Strange types, and just building those monster T-Law lineups. Truck Expo went crazy on the running backs. Now 4 running backs in through 5 rounds, 4 running backs and Igbuka. Bitcoin Palmer, on the other hand, went pretty legit 0 RB here with just David Montgomery. And now let's see what he does here on the turn. I would be looking to grab whatever emergency running back is still available. It might not be anything too good, but the slim pickings. There we go. So he gets Jadarian Price, got your second running back, and a really strong kind of 4-pack of wide receivers. Remember, this is DraftKings. On DraftKings, we prefer, relying on the wide receiver a little bit more for scoring, right? We want our wide receivers doing most of the work. So tight end position, still, whoa, this is fascinating. We're up to pick 64, but tight end is crazy. Kyle Pitts is ranked on DraftKings ahead of everybody else. So I can grab another running back here, Hubbard, Stevenson. We're not going to do that. We're going to continue to beef up our wide receiver group. I'm trying to scan down and see if any players have dropped in value. I don't like these guys at all. We're definitely a step down, but we're going to grab Marvin Harrison Jr. here. I don't mind him. 3rd wide receiver for me, Marvin Harrison. So I took Carnell Tate above Rome Odunze. Again, I think Carnell Tate is going to be a target machine, maybe, but we've never seen him do it. Marvin Harrison Jr., again, really, really easy stack to build with Jacoby Brissett super late. I might even double down and grab Mike Wilson. Yeah, is this sort by my rankings or ADP? Oh, I need to be sorting by ADP. I need to sort by ADP a little bit. Okay. Good call. I keep forgetting to do that. Because every time I scroll away and I go back, it readjusts it to ranking instead of ADP. These are my ranks. Fuck. I need to put my rankings on the board. Yeah, I mean, this is getting ridiculous. Again, Aggie Chad here. Bruh. Quentin Johnston, pick 66. Wow. You don't think the Titans are going to get better in year 2 under Cam Ward? Like, you would think that the player would improve. Kind of, second-year quarterback should improve a little bit. Jaden Daniels. So Herbert goes ahead of Jaden Daniels. Again, this is a bit reachy for Herbert. He got Ladd McConkey here. So, I mean, I don't know. What seems to be happening here is like people don't really care. I mean, for Herbert to go ahead of Burrow and Jaden Daniels to go ahead of Burrow is almost absurd. Like, what the fuck is going on? That's some weird-ass shit. This guy, coast to coast, has Lamar and Jaden Daniels in the same lineup. Again, I don't think that's good form. Wasting 2 picks early on tight ends or quarterbacks is not going to be good form. There goes. See, I don't mind this. Big Marley, you did it right. Yeah, how are you going to let fucking Joe Burrow keep falling? Big Marley did it right. He said, you know what? I don't give a fuck. Double tap. And this is a spot where it starts to become more acceptable to take 2 quarterbacks if needed. So I don't mind it here. This is, the reach of a lifetime on Herbert there, though. Herbert usually would go well after this group. So I think this guy kind of fucked his draft up a little bit, for whatever that's worth. Jalen Hurts should be also going off the board. There's Caleb available still. So it looks like the run on quarterback has begun a little bit, but the ones I want are going to be available for a while. They're going to be available for a while. Laporta, Dowdle, Warren. Warren goes ahead of Dowdle. I have Dowdle ranked ahead of Warren personally. All right, let me take a look at my draft here. I've got 0 quarterbacks, 3 running backs, 3 wide receivers. My wide receivers are a little sketch, but yeah, I want to be sorted by everything. Take a look at my players. I got Neighbors, Tate, Harrison Jr. So one possibility here would be just to grab Jalen Hurts and just naked Hurts it. And we'll get Dart a little later. The other thing is, I don't like that. Let's see, wide receiver. Alec Pierce. I could go for Pierce. Yeah, let's do that. We're also going to need to take a tight end pretty soon. I'm seeing the way the tea leaves seem to go down here, and it does look like, the tight ends are getting grabbed a little bit early. Stowers is available, but also Dallas Goedert, man. He's still good. I like Alex Pierce. Alex Pierce, they promised him. He said basically, like when he re-signed with the Colts, they were like, yeah, we're going to double your target share. We're doubling your route tree and all this shit. So he's been promised a much more aggressive approach to targeting him. That's the situation with Alec Pierce. They paid him big money. They got rid of Pittman and said, okay, we'll feature you. Yes, this is the whichever you bring. Whatever you bring, you partake. I have personally been partaking in the vapes. Is Downs going to do it? I say yes. I like Downs as well. I absolutely love Downs. I think he's going to be great. I got to remember to sort by ADP. So I've got Tate, Neighbors, Harrison Jr. So I don't really need to worry on this pick too much about the, let's see, we're coming up on pick 87. Yeah, this is the tight end spot. What the fuck happened to Pitts? This is probably a good spot for a tight end. Tucker Kraft goes, and fuck, man. It's like, just when I think I'm out, they pull me back in. You know what? Suck it, bitch. Trevor Lawrence. Motherfuckers. That's right. I did it. My favorite player. I don't give a shit. Sunshine. But Geek, he doesn't correlate. Oh, you don't worry. We're going to get some correlation. We get all the correlation. We're going to be the nation of correlation. MTK, I feel like you were in one of the drafts just now. What's up, my brother? I saw the name. Listen, critique means nothing because in the end of the day, yeah, Trevor Lawrence, you know. MTK, Montreal, MT Closet. In the end, you get the last laugh no matter what. You critique my fucking lineup all you want. In the end, let's see who wins. You know what I mean? Like that lineup could win it all. So when I give feedback, you call it criticism. It's a little fun, but like I'm trying to help. I'm like, hey, man, you know what? Next time, maybe do this. I do it for my own draft. I'm like, fuck, man. If I could have that draft back, this is what I would have done. And I think that helps us. Yeah. You're learning the secret. I judge quarterbacks generally by the hotness of their girlfriend in the NFL. But if the quarterback himself is almost a beautiful woman, also good. That's Dart and Trevor Lawrence. Both of them, super good looking. Ray won the puppy, man. Ray won the puppy. Ray is the GOAT. 4752. Yeah, could have been. He is a draft 3 or 4 quarterback kind of guy. I had to switch my my vape choice up because the one makes me choke, and I cannot do a stream and choke. It's not something you can do. All right. Shit's getting weird right now. And I've got to start starting off some players. We got Trevor Lawrence on the team. I need a tight end. Let's get Harold Fannin on the list. Let's take a look at Likely. You know, we got lots of tight ends that are good. Coming up on the pick. Stafford goes, Purdy. Little run on the quarterback position, but you didn't take the best one, guys. And you left Jackson Dart. Yes. Yes.
It's Jackson Dart. You chose Jackson Dart.
Fuck yeah, I chose Jackson Dart. Thank you. Thank you. What's up, Tristan? Love it. Love hanging out. A lot of people just hanging out. It's nighttime. Truck Expo's already on auto draft, guys. This guy's like, I'm done. He's on auto draft. We know what he's doing. He's taking the best available play. I hate having an auto drafter. Fucking hate having an auto drafter right in front of me. Not only did I get Dart, but I completed the Dart, Malik Neighbors, Isaiah Likely fucking super stack. The only thing left is freaking Tyrone Tracy. Let's see if he's still around in a round. Oh, I need to do an all handsome draft with just the handsome people, like super good looking, long flowing hair. Hell yeah. Hell fucking yeah, Terry Sarber. Hell fucking yeah. Bro, I'm telling you right now, I promise you. Listen, if fantasy football is your obsession, drafting best ball teams all summer long, you are going to go in to your draft against your friends. You're going to go in to your draft against your buddies, right? Your home league, the one that you care about winning more than anything else. That league. And you're going to be so fucking ready you'll have drafted 100 times. All those guys are just like, what's going on? Anybody see the rankings? And they're going to be pulling out magazines and shit, like reading the rankings from Matthew Berry. And you'll have been drafting teams with me all summer long, knowing where everybody goes, knowing who's good, knowing who the fades are, figuring it all out. You're going to have your best fantasy football season ever. But more importantly, let's win some of these. I need to win in a best ball tournament just for credibility's sake. Like, yeah, I won that shit. I want to be like Ray Zanny, having won the puppy. I never even really entered the puppy. I haven't ever attempted to win one of these. Not genuinely. But I'm ready for a win. Yeah, Hunter ADP moving up like crazy. Got to sort by ADP. All right, let's see what the draft board is looking like. We've got Big Marley with a double tap. Dak Prescott, Ferguson, Matthew Golden in there for Jolo. Got Pickens, Ferguson, Dak. You know, Big Marl, that the quarterback is more correlated to the WR2 and tight end than even the WR1. So it's actually better to target the quarterback when you got that WR2 in there. It's more correlation, more of that correlation power. Kenny Gainwell, Blake Corum, previous 2 picks. I like that. I think both those guys are starters. If the main guy gets hurt, Kenny Gainwell might just be a starter anyway. Blake Corum's going to be playing every single week. I think that's great. These guys will be contributing. if you're going to go hero RB like what Big Marley did, yeah, get these guys. But Big Marley Marl, get some more running backs. Because what if those guys are having dud days? Need some more. Sort by ADP, QB, ADP, Sam Darnold, Cam Ward. We're at 138. Oof. Okay. We got to get... Wait, I've got 2 quarterbacks already, so I don't care. Let's see here. ADP. Yeah, going to call Tyrone. You got to call Tyrone. I'm not doing another puppy. Should I stay on? Do we want to go like all night? Should I jump back to Underdog after this and just like, I'll be bazointed by the end of it. I've been taking vape hits the whole time, Ray. Been hitting the vape. Not sure how much I can. I'll do another one. I don't give a fuck. It's nighttime. This thing's fucking dead. All right, where are we at? Big Marley. Let's come back around. I took Tyrone Tracy. This guy's Truck Expo is auto picking the last time I saw, but maybe. So he's just going to take the best available every time. Always very annoying when the person directly in front of me is doing that. Here we go. I'm about to take another. Yeah, force my hand. I've got 1 tight end so far. Guys, I love, he's one of my favorites, Mark Andrews this year. Let me see if there's anything else I need to be doing here. Coker, there's so many other good players. How many tight ends do I have? 1. I do like Mark Andrews, though. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I really like Mark Andrews this year. I think he, with no Likely over there, I think it's going to be a lot better. House of the Dragon, I did watch. I don't know Rising Canaan, so you got to tell me what that is. But I did watch the all-new House of the Dragon last night, and it was pretty good. Awesome show. Really enjoyed it. Airbnb, you're too strict to the rules. Like a player like Tyrone Tracy, more of a pass catching back, really nicely complements the quarterback. It's fine to do it. Like a Chase Brown as well. He's going to complement. Chase Brown is going to complement Joe Burrow. Like Chase Brown and Joe Burrow are better together. So as long as that is a pass catching back, I'm cool with combining them. What's Raising Canaan? Yeah, Charbonnet coming into the season injured, not one of my favorites. I do like the Jalen Coker pick. That's who I was going to take with that pick. I was going to take Coker. Coker actually out-targeted Ted McMillan last season, like in the fourth quarter of the season, like the last 4 or 5 games. Coker was out-targeting Ted Aroa, which is concerning. Very concerning. Let's see how the build looks. I've got Trevor Lawrence and Dart. So I want to be paying attention to names like Travis Hunter. I like Chigakonkwo still. I love Rashid Shaheed. Just generally like those guys. It's very difficult to constantly have to... Wait, Hunter's gone. No. Who did it? Yeehaw. Oh, the bonehead. Guy takes 2 fucking... It doesn't have any quarterbacks, but he takes Hunter. Oh, really hate that guy. How many of you guys, and tell me for real, how many of you guys like paid for Peacock Network just to watch Love Island? I know some of you did it. I know you did it. Just admit it. Literally bought Peacock because, like, I want to watch Love Island. Hampton and Taylor first 2, really strong start. Love that. Araby said I did not pay $4.99 a month for Peacock just to watch Love Island. Hell no. But some of you guys did. Admit it. No one wants to admit it. Okay. I don't blame you. I probably rip on you. Now you might want to ask why I know that it costs that and why you need to buy it. And that's because my kids were like, yeah, Dad, can you get us Peacock? We want to watch Love Island. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? And do I have to pay for it? Why do I have to pay for it? And they're like, yeah, you got to pay. You got to pay. Got to pay for it. But as a bonus, I did find out, I haven't seen it yet, but I found out that that show Yellowstone is on Peacock. So I can at least watch that. See, everybody, this is the right attitude. You're like, what the fuck is that? If you don't have kids, if you don't have older kids, you're better off not knowing what that is. I'm not even really sure what it is. And I'm not sure if it's appropriate for my 20 and 17-year-old daughters to be watching. And yet here I am. I paid for the channel. I'm such a sucker. There's no such thing as saying no. You can never say no. All right, we've got 2 tight end, 5 wide receiver, 4 running back, 2 quarterbacks coming up on only 2 quarterbacks. And Gino goes? Like, really? Okay. Damn. All my start-off players are gone. I got to take another quarterback here. I'm just literally going to take Deshaun. Oh, you know what? On this note, Tattoo, I just watched something called Outlast Jungle Edition or something. And it's about all these people that are in a competition to like live in the jungle somewhere and blah, blah, blah. It was like it was on Netflix and it was pretty good. You know, it's one of those survival shows, kind of like a Survivor, but not quite. 5 wide receivers. All right, so we need to load up on tight ends. I need more tight end firepower here. I'm going to need more wide receiver firepower. Not in love. Dolchich. Let's get him on the list. Turd Ferguson on the list. So I like to look at like all the kind of viable remaining ones. And then I can start to get a sense of which position I really want to attack with my next pick versus maybe like after that. Just kind of look through. It's like, all right, who's tied to Trevor Lawrence or Jackson Dart? And we'll look for those kind of names. Mostly those are gone already. So like there's no one left that are tied to those guys. So then I'm kind of looking for, all right, who are just some late round names that I really like to draft when we get to these later parts of the draft, right? Like I don't love some of these names, so I just kind of go this other way. We got our tight ends paired off. Running back group here, it's getting pretty thin. Not a whole lot that I'm in love with in these zones, but, you know, these are more like your last pick kind of names. Kalon Black, James. Oh, is that what it is? Yeah. Definitely don't have any of that. All right, let's see where we're at. I'm on the clock. Let's show all. Yeah, I think we just take the tight end here, right? Fuck it, right? Stud tight end. Okay. All right, so I'm up to 3 tight ends, 5 wide receivers, 4 running back, 3 quarterbacks. So the position group that I'm most interested in strengthening over the next couple of picks is going to be wide receiver. Najee. Najee is not on the team yet. Najee could, you know, maybe he'll get signed. Imagine that. But you can get him with your last pick in the entire draft. All right, Denzel Boston goes. Let's look at the big board once again. So I took Kenyon Sadiq there. My third tight end. I really like my tight end group with Likely, Andrews. I'll still probably grab another one because we got all these picks left. And basically almost everybody else that you're taking at this point is kind of useless. So like, whatevs, dude. I'll take another one at some point. Well, who cares? And then for my next pick, I really want to get a wide receiver going. So I'm going to sort by ADP, and I'm going to look at my sort of start off names, and I'm just trying to figure out like 183. All these guys are going to go pretty quick. So there's no one of these names that I could take that would be a mistake. If I go by my rankings, Flournoy just went. So yeah, Zachariah Branch would be kind of my next guy up, but I'm taking Tank Dell again. Taking Tank. Did it again. Going to do it every time. Tank Dell. Potential league winner in 2026. All he has to do is stay healthy. I watch a lot of reality TV. Like, I like competition shows where I can imagine that I'm on that show winning. I feel the same way I do about, like, in some ways, fantasy football. Like, I like games. I like beating games. I like trying to figure out the rules of a game and then trying to see how I would beat it. Yeah, that's right. Like, it's a little easier when 10 people out of the 12 aren't like watching the stream and like well aware of even just my leans. Not that they're the best leans, but like, dude, this is fucked up, man. Tank Dell is a thoroughbred. Okay, Tank Dell is not a normal human. He's a thoroughbred. You can. Alex Smith came back. Didn't he come back after the most horrific leg break ever and play for multiple years? Like, it can happen. It's all because I saw Tank Dell last year. I told myself last season they had like Michelle Tafoya on the field talking to the players, and there's Tank Dell running around, and he's like, and she's like, oh, how's the healing going? He's like, dude, I'm all good. I could be playing now. And this was last year in like November. So now I'm like, man, he's had a whole nother year to rehab that leg. And everybody forgot about him. The way that you win, and I'm not even joking. Yeah, you're not putting your dude, you're not going to put your money on that dude as a third round pick. But if I take him as a bullshit flyer in round 17 and it doesn't work, my cost was 0, but my upside is massive. That is the best kind of bet you're going to make in this format. Like, do those kind of bets, because here my downside, if it doesn't work out, is like nothing. Who cares? Didn't work out. All right. Who cares? I have no downside. But if it does work, I'm winning the whole league. Yeah, like this part of the draft, like we're beyond useful players. Like, for the most part, anybody good is already gone. I really need wide receivers. I kind of have to do something similar to what I did before. I'm taking Malachi because I got Dart. And I'm just taking more players. I go with Dart. Yeah, it's odds, but like you're getting plus like 1,000 when you're taking a guy in round 16. That's what I'm saying. Mims is highly unlikely to get any snaps this year. Like, what's going on in the Broncos? They added Waddle. They got Cortland Sutton. That's 2. They got Pat Bryant and Troy Franklin. That's 4. Mims, what is he, 5? That's what I'm saying. I'm not taking Mims. I got everybody on Mims. The way that I got everybody on Mims last year, not that it worked that great, but also Wandale last season, that's how I feel about Tank Dell. I feel like if he's healthy, what the fuck is Taysom Hill doing over here? I've got how many? 7 wide receivers already. So we are going to get some running back action going. So my next couple of picks, I'm going to beef up my running back spot a little bit. Like, one of the things I like to do is get the backups for Christian McCaffrey. Yeah, well, how the fuck did Taysom Hill show up on the ADP list? What? So here we go. This is the approach I'm going to do here. We're in round like 18. So we got 18, 19, 20. We got 3 picks left. So what I'm going to try to do is lock down both backup running backs for Christian McCaffrey. All right? And the play is lock down the backup, whoever it is. And if we think that Christian McCaffrey gets hurt this year, one of these 2 guys is probably going to end up, being the starting running back or getting a shot at it. So it's Kaylan Black and Jordan James. Now, I think Kaylan Black is the guy, but other people think it's Jordan James. I don't know. So I think that's a really interesting thing to do at the end of the draft with 2 of the last 3 picks. Yeah. That dude is injecting peptides every day. All the peptides. He's like, hey, peptide Bismol. Yeah, Eric All Jr. Now, do you take Eric All Jr. ahead of Gesicki, or this is the DraftKings final round where Gesicki was already gone? Hey, Pepto-Bismol. Boom. Upside guys. I didn't even talk about Shaheed when I took him. He's going to smash this year. So many big play guys here. I do like what I have going on. Yeah, I like what I have going on. Back to the draft board. Blue? I don't know about Blue. I feel like Blue was last year's story, and then it turned out to be like Malik Davis or someone else. So I get my Kaylan Black. This last round is going kind of weird. Yeah, Kamani Vidal I think is really interesting. If Omarion Hampton gets hurt, woo. This guy, so my grits, because he kind of, let's see if he also took, no. So if I'm my grits and I only have Hampton and Chuba and then like waited a really long time, basically this guy is not going to win shit. But what I would have done was, hey, fuck it, handcuff your guys. He took Vidal. He could have taken, if he would have gotten Brooks, he could have actually just protected the whole thing. Tyquan Thornton, yeah, final picks, but I have my little strategy. Like, how good would it be for me if my 49er running back strategy works out? Meaning one of Kaylan Black or James ends up taking over for an injured Christian McCaffrey, and then you win the whole thing. That's how you win all the money. So Carson Beck goes, Samaje Perine. No one knows who to take in these last rounds. Like, it's gone beyond the length of an underdog draft. And we're in those last 2 rounds, and everyone's like, I don't know what the fuck to do. They're like, I don't know. Where's everybody watching? YouTube. No one on the Twitter account. People watching. All right, we're up next. Some real winners going. I'm surprised names that I still like are still available. That means I'm either taking those guys too soon or not. Good. Speaking of Bobby Wow, I was texting with Bobby Wow, trying to get him on Draft-a-Palooza. He'll be jumping on an episode in the next day. He's vacationing. Vacay with the fam. But he'll be jumping on one soon enough. There we go. Jordan James. JoJo. Yeah, not a whole lot Yeah, Slayton, meh. Scroll down here. Not a whole lot of, talent floating around. Hell yeah. This is fucking dedication, and I appreciate it. You know, it was an interesting late round guy, maybe like a Lad McCaffrey, Christian's brother. He scored some touchdowns last year, had a couple of decent games, some useful games for that last pick. I love it. Bobby millions. Bobby get the millions, get the millions. You'd be surprised how fast $1 million goes. Doesn't last. It doesn't last as long as you would think. We had a few big winners in DFS Army over the years, and quite a few. But you never know, man. You never know. Massive winners, millionaires, 200,000aires. Yeah. I've got Darnell Mooney sitting there. It just works perfect with Dart. I have a lot of Dart teams, too many Dart teams. I think Demario Pop Douglas is not a bad pick here late. Pop Douglas. DJ Giddens as a really good backup to Jonathan Taylor is fine. Malik Davis is probably the running back. LaQuinta Allen, how about that? Switching it up. I'm doing it. LaQuinta Allen. Forgot about him. LaQuinta Allen, the pass catching back right now for the Jaguars. Maybe. Why not? Why not him? I'll take it. So I went running back in the last three. Take some upside shots in the zone of the draft where kind of like these position players not really that good anymore. I like the shot. As a matter of fact, if I was still here, like Marley, if it got to you, I'm taking like a DJ Giddens there. Everybody loves Bobby Wow. And it would be blasphemous to ever say anything bad. Even his Bears love is very adorable. It's very adorable. No one can deny it. Because you'd be lying. Wait, which hype song? I got a bunch of them. Was the best ball hype song? I got Jackson Dart. I got my excited when I get a good pick hype.
It's Jackson Dart.
Love that one. Should we do another draft after this? It's just like, tell the wife, no hangout tonight. I'm hanging with the boys. You got to go for that Eric et al. Guy, Big Marley. That's your last child. Yoshavas, Big Marley. He's available. Everybody loves Yoshavas. Desmond Claiborne, interesting pick towards the end there. Justin Fields is just a bad pick, bro. What? This guy, Agri Chad, I don't know, man. Let's stay for a second. Big Marl, Yoshavas, there it is. Mitch Tinsley. No one's thinking about Tinsley. Even I don't. Where is Mitch Tinsley? Like, who even is that? Oh, the main hype song. Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about. The ultimate. I'll do that at the end. But do we want to draft? I will leave it with the Players Club anthem at the end. I don't know. Do we have the energy to do another draft, guys? Want to do another DraftKings one? Yeah, Tinsley. I need to Tinsley. You know what? Cincinnati. Yeah. So Ray Zanny, Big Marley. Ray Zanny is hoping that Tinsley will take over for Yoshavas this year. All right. Now, if I play the song, I feel like everybody's going to think the show is over. and they're going to leave. And then we won't be able to do a group draft. That'll be a problem. I'll do it at the end of the next one. Should we go back to DraftKings, do like a $3 one, or do we want to jump back over? You know what? We're already here. All right, fuck it. For those of you guys, I'm sticking around. So for those of you guys who want to do one more, I'm going to do another DraftKings. We're going to do the cheaper kind. We'll do the $3 one, the play action. I'm entering it on my phone. So giving you a heads up. I'll play the song after I enter the lineup, right? So we're going to, here we go. So I'm going in. This is the $1 million play action. This contest right here. I'm entering it on my phone. If you want to draft against me, you want to be hitting that button because I'm hitting enter, submit entry right now. All right, we are in. I'm going to contest. And while we wait for it to fill, let's see if it fills right away. Now, I got a better idea. I'm getting a little feel for DraftKings. I'm telling you, I haven't drafted. I've been very focused on Underdog. I haven't done as many DraftKings. Here we go. So we're waiting for the contest to start. $3 entry. DraftKings. Sticking around. I'm playing the song. Listen, pretty much anytime you request a song, I'm going to want to play it. So I'm going to play the song while the contest fills. No, can I do it in mid? It's a minute. No, I can't do that to you guys. I can't do it. Do Eliminator. No, I can't play the song until the end. Now that it's 2 minutes long, it's too long. We'll play it at the end. But let's try to get this contest filled, guys. Let's see where we're at. DraftKings doesn't show it filling. You're in. Okay. Oh, yeah. Look at that, man. You guys filled it. You did it. You weren't fucking around. Let's go. Wait, we're going to play it at the end. I can't play a 14-minute.
Oh, shit. It's Chief ST, a.k.a. The Geek, and Kenyon McGee, DFS Army.
Just the taste. Just the taste. It's coming up at the end. It's coming up at the end. All right. Let's take a look at who's in. Grim Aries, Ray. Vishace in the 4-hole. Scoop it. That's you? Terry Sarver is number 7. Is that you right there? 1962 V-Dub. Tattoo is in here. Fucking Soups is in here. Big Marley Marl's back. Always number 7. 1962 VW. Volkswagen. VW. 1962. V-Dub. Okay. Pick 5, 6. So, yeah, we V-Dub. Volkswagen? I feel like the picture on the account should reflect a 1962 Volkswagen or a V-Dub of some sort. That's not the one. It's the one a fan sent in. Oh, you're talking about the Best Ball hype song. Yeah, that's the Best Ball hype. Wait, I have a few hype songs. Like we got this Best Ball hype song right here.
Kevin the Geek, bringing analytics through. Live with the homies, get a whole damn crew. We're scouting every bucket, every snap, every play. Stacking QBs and receivers, getting paid today. Strategy is locked, watch the ADP drop.
Best Ball. That one? That one's got that. That one has that like, has like a, I always thought it was like a millennial, like, I don't know. Oh, you're talking about the Tournament Tactics song. You might be talking about Tournament Tactics for the whole crew. I might need to save that for when Bobby Wow and the crew are on board. Got to have hype songs. Although my producer, video editor, is like, no, you can't play that shit. No one wants to wait a minute at the beginning of your podcast to listen to your stupid song. But I'm like, but I fucking love this song. But he's like, no one's going to ever watch these if you play a 2-minute song. So there's a lot of that back and forth. Like for me, if it's up to me, I'm like, yeah, I want to play the fucking song. Puka, Jackson Smith, and Jigba. Let's go. In order. Tournament Tactics song. Wait. All right. I'm just going to play the beginning of it. And you tell me if that's the one you mean.
Let's go! Geek on the keys, Kevin Allen with the vision. Bobby Wow 2 times already won 2 millions, no fiction. Burns in the shark lab, calculating the math. Wrote the damn book on how to run up a bag. Josiah pull up, the MILF Slayer in the building, GPP.
Josiah pull up, the MILF Slayer in the building. I wish he was here. That one. The MILF Slayer. All right, we got everybody in this draft with us. This is bananas. This is absolute madness. This is what Draft-a-Palooza is all about. It's a fucking draft party. All the cool kids are invited. If you're not here, you ain't cool. That's it. That's what Draft-a-Palooza is all about. Cool kids party. Tattoo Scott with the Kenny Walker round 1 pick. Soup's McCaffrey pick there. Yeah, sure. Great. No worries. Tattoo. Yeah, get your second pick in, bro. See what we got going on. Omarion. Even a Chase Brown is okay there. Whoa. Azerbai, what's up? Etienne or Javante? Oh, man, right? Safer pick. So back-to-back rankings on those two guys. I'm going to take Javante. Safer pick. Javante does not have an Alvin Kamara on his team. Etienne still has Alvin Kamara, so it's more of a Hopium pick. Javante is locked in to a role where he will get all of the work for his team. So for me, it's Javante over Etienne. But I do like Etienne a little bit as well, because of Liam Cohen and that awesome, he took fucking AJ Brown and left me with one of the most brutal decisions in all of best ball. Achan sitting there, but I hate him. Right? I'm not taking Achan. Brock Bowers. I haven't even taken an elite tight end all season. Should I do it? Fuck it. Let's go. Yeah. Basically, Javonte Williams has zero competition for touches. Etienne has to deal with Alvin Kamara. I think it's an easy choice. Oh, all right. We have Airbnb approval. That is a good thing. Let's go. Olave goes to scoop it there. Dangerous, but I love it. Big Mar, I was going to take AJ Brown if you didn't take him, so totally get it. V-Dub with the double stud running back start. Same for Soups with McCaffrey and Christian. I like this start. Fuck yeah. Everybody's start looks good after 2 rounds. Let's be real. Like, what doesn't look good after 2 rounds? Let's see if we can keep it going. Ray Zanny grabs Achan. Couldn't give up on the value there. Chase, Achan, Devontae. I like it. Somebody told me I'm stupid for liking Devontae this year. Said that Mekhi Lemon is going to get all the touches. Look, if they leave me Rashee Rice, I might have to wait another round for those running backs. Yeah, I don't know how. I mean, you're going to leave me Rashee Rice in this spot. There's no way. There's no way I'm passing it up. I can't pass it up. Ugh, I can't do it. I got to take him. All right. So we dice rolled a little bit at running back, but I've got 3 super stud fucking pass catchers to start it out. Big Marley goes with Kyron. Big Marley's like, no, I'm not trying to do no fucking 0 RB bullshit. Man, hell no. V-Dub starting to build a Burrow potential stack with T. Higgins in there. Big Marley said, hell no, I'm not doing no 0 RB. What do I look like? A lunatic? Hell no. There goes Etienne ahead of Javonte. Okay. Again, I have Javonte a little bit ahead of Travis Etienne, but you know what? To each their own. It's interesting how running backs fall a little bit further on DraftKings compared to Underdog. Like, it's very clear that the run. See, that messed up my last draft. I was a little nervous, but now I'm seeing these running backs last a little bit longer on DraftKings than they did really on Underdog. So that's kind of cool, and it opens up where I think going maybe light RB or not going crazy at the RB position right off the bat is the better thing. Neighbors 38 overall. Daniel Harrison with the Igbuka, Lad McConkey double tick. Oh yeah, I'm definitely looking at running back on my next pick, depending on what happens between now and then. But looking at everybody between me and my next pick, most of these guys are pretty loaded at running back, so let's see what they do. There's DJ Moore. Araby, you told me DJ Moore sucks. He just went pick 39. 39 overall. That's 2 rounds ahead of where I took him in that other one. Yeah. Obviously, yeah, this is DraftKings, and you're going to prefer your scoring for, or the scoring is great coming from wide receivers, pass catchers, but it also opens up like generally more of the overall running back group, some of the ones that catch passes that you might not like as much on the other formats. There's Big Marley, takes Colston Loveland. I don't see any way that I don't take Josh Jacobs here. Like, why would I not? So there we go. First running back, Kevin goes, I'm going to call it like hero RB, light RB, only one running back so far in my first 4 picks. I took the quote unquote luxury tight end in this draft, so we'll see how it all comes together. One thing about Bowers, I said the tight end position, you can sort of Tetris it together with a bunch of guys late, and you definitely can. And I think that is the way to do tight end most of the time. But I don't think any one of those tight ends are going to generally be getting you what Bowers, like on a great day for Bowers, he can put up like 35. Like he can put up a crazy number where those other guys in their best day are going to put up 20s. Yeah. Listen, I'm not going to say anything because I don't know for sure. But I did hear she had it coming. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. That was a terrible thing to say. I don't think anything happened with Josh Jacobs. I think it's all bullshit. I watch a lot of like police blotter stuff, and the charges that they get, it's like trumped up bullshit when they come to your house and you had like an argument with somebody. I just don't think it's anything. He would have been jailed, and he would have been or actually arrested and charged with something. He had no charges. He didn't do anything. Like, it's probably just yelling, neighbors get involved. The next thing you know, like, I don't know. Actually, I have no idea. I just made it all up. But we can all agree she might have had it coming. All right, so this is the problem with the gummies and the vapes. You just start fucking talking crazy. Yeah, mind your own damn business, people. Yeah, like how some women can get a little crazy, start calling the police, and hey, you did this or that, and you're like, babe, why are you tripping? Oh, DeAndre Swift, why would you do it to me? Bajal or Judkins? Judkins or Bajal? You know what? I'm gonna make the call to go with Tootin here, but I'm gonna tell you, I don't love it. I love your opinion, guys. Bajal Tootin or Quinshon Judkins here on DraftKings? Do we have a preference? And I took Tootin, and I'll give you my reason why. But you tell me, I could be completely wrong. But the main reason was like I'm thinking with Tootin that the fucking Jaguars offense scores a lot of touchdowns. And the Browns offense doesn't score that many touchdowns. That's my argument for one over the other. Araby likes Judkins. I like Judkins too. I mean, it's super close. Like I made it. I'd probably make a different decision next time, but like they're close for me. But like if I needed a tiebreaker, so on the flip side of the tiebreaker, it's Quinshon Judkins probably has that job more locked up than what Basil Tootin does. So it's like, I don't know. One of the things, by the way, I say, and you will hear me say this, there's a lot of spots where I'm going to give you like some really convicted plays, like some fades that no one else is going to tell you about. Like, I'm not taking this guy, and here's why, right? And you're not going to hear it a lot of places, but I'm going to give it to you. Like, especially my fade players, like A-Chan early in the season, all these guys. But at the same time, a lot of these players are just players. When we're playing best ball, like there's certain names that I like to have on my redraft team because I kind of want to make them my guys that year. So when I have my conviction plays, I want to make sure I get those guys on my redraft teams and all that. But when it comes to best ball, I mean, it's like a GPP. You kind of have to build some shitty teams too. You kind of have to just build what you can get and try to diversify and have a lot of different exposures. I'm going to sometimes take names that I'm not even that excited about. So it's like, he's not one of my guys, but like whatever. So, you got to switch it up here and there. Scott Tattoo takes Parker Washington, Rome Odunze, Malik Neighbors, 3 strong running backs to start. Nice balance. Nice balance lineup there. Soups, 4 running backs. This is DraftKings, bro. Stop taking running backs. Too many running backs on your team. You need fucking wide receivers. I already have a luxury tight end on my team, so I'm not even looking at tight ends. I'm looking at the running back position still. I'm still looking at wide receivers, like who's floating around. It's weird. I'm going to end up on a lot of the same players for a lot of these drafts just because like how they're going. But for the next pick, I could pretty much go either running back or wide receiver. Definitely either or. I'm not looking at a quarterback yet. I got Rice and JSN, so I don't really set up with any kind of nice Marvin Harrison Soups. I feel like that was an early grab of him. So my choices really are going to be, Jadarian Price, the running back, or Cornell Tate, the wide receiver. And being that this is DraftKings, I do have 3 running backs already. No, I have 2 and 2. So I'm going to take the wide receiver. We will fill out with more running back action, but not yet. Got to strengthen up the base. And we want wide receivers as a base. I mean, JSN is 30 points a week. Rasheed Rice is like 25. Rasheed Rice was like WR4 in healthy games with Mahomes. No one's talking about Valet because the Saints drafted a rookie, Tyson, who will be on the field the whole freaking time, and it's going to push Devon Valet to sort of backup status. Ramondre goes to scoop it with Swift. I like Ramondre; it's a good pick. Burrow and Hurts goes for Razor Ramon. Double tap the QBs early. Ray Zanny continues to be a lover of the quarterback position. Burrow stacked with Chase. Hurts stacked with Smith. It's all very correlated. Stubbs, who was going 0 RB or hero RB with Gibbs, doubles down Harvey and Price over here. Okay. Quentin Johnston, of course, right? So let's see where we're at for our next pick. Again, I can go running back or wide receiver or not tight end here, or quarterback. So looking at the quarterbacks available, they're starting at 79. Quarterbacks are going to start to get eaten up. 85. Yeah, I still got these names later that I can grab. Running back position, I still got, Tony Pollard, not bad. Or I can go with one of these wide receivers that are still in pretty good shape. I'm going to go wide receiver here with Alec Pierce. Again, a name I could pair up with Daniel Jones later on. And I think I can pair up with Josh Downs in another round and get some cheap quarterback action going. in this draft. I still need some backup running backs, need more running back power. So we're going to probably grab a couple of running backs if we can over the next few rounds. Rachaad White, viable as well. Let's see what's going on with the players available across the board. But yeah, those are the running backs. I start them off. So we'll see who we get. Wide receiver group, whatevs, right? Lots of good names. I got Josh Downs start off here, but you know, of this group, I don't really like Courtland Sutton too much. Mekhi Lemon, I don't have any exposure. Jaden Reed, I think should be okay. Pittman, I think is going to be a dud. Downs, I like. Addison, a dud. Pearsall, you know, we got to stay healthy. Worthy has some upside. Coker could get some catches. Khalil Shakir is a good PPR DraftKings type of guy. So still a lot of really good wide receivers floating around. A lot of quality ones that will sort of be able to play regularly and get lots of snaps for your team. Fine by me. Let's see what we have going on at the running back position for this next pick and see where things go from here. Olave, by the way, speaking of the Saints, you know, Olave's got that every time. Olave's got that blood clot thing happening. So, you know, I hope he's okay. V-Dubs takes Kenny Gainwell. Downs goes. Like all the guys I'm looking at for this round, gone. Big Marley on the clock. Jaden Reed. All right. So what you left me was Rico Dowdle, who I've got ranked 82nd overall. You know, no real choice. I'm going to grab Rico. Dowdle. I don't mind. A Pitt's good there, Tattoo. I like the pick. Unless you have another tight end. No other tight end. You're fine. Scott has one quarterback, 3 running back, 3 wide receiver, 1 tight end. I still don't have a quarterback, but I've got 3 running backs now and a stud tight end, super stud. So we're going to load up on, you know, in these mid-level rounds, we're going to load up on some quarterback action. We've got Ray Zanny with 2 quarterbacks already. There goes Jackson Dart. Oh, it hurts me to see him go. It really does. It pains me. Now, one interesting thing about this build that I've got going is like it doesn't really lend itself to a lot of like correlative quarterbacks. I've got, you know, Rashee Rice, JSN, so that's Mahomes, Sam Darnold. Okay, not great, right? Tate is also, and Tate is tied to, you know, the Titans. Ward and Alec Pierce is tied to Danny fucking Jones. Like all of my quarterbacks right now, all my players are kind of tied to crappy quarterbacks. I'm going to have to start grabbing some of those guys because, you know, they're going to go. But, like, Jace, come on, man. Dart, Xavier Worthy, like that pick. Pearsall Worthy, good upside picks right there for stubs. Grim Aries, Jonathan Brooks. You know I love Brooks. If he wasn't making it past my next pick, so well done, I guess. Matthew Stafford still available. That's wild. No, there he goes. All right, here we go. So we are going to get our QB1 in place here with Mahomes. It's weird that Mahomes goes where he does here. Oh, I'm taking best available. Remember, those rules are the rules are ranking based. Like if I'm taking like Rico, like Alec Pierce, for example, like low scoring offenses, the benefit is where you're getting the player. So they're appropriately priced for what their upside is. Like, I like all these guys where I got them. Rico Dowdle's fine on Pittsburgh. Good. Pierce, good. Carnell Tate, yeah. Do I like the Titans offense this year? No. But if they're just throwing to this one guy and they're playing from behind, it's like more running backs that we want on winning teams. The running backs I have, remember, running backs from winning teams is the key. Jacobs on the Packers will be favored every week. Tootin on Jacksonville will be favored most of the time. And Dowdle on the Steelers will be a favored running back, at least half the time on a team that wants to run aggressive. So that, like, the players from good teams, that's the running back position. Running back position. Keep it in mind. Pass catchers, they could have a big game. Listen, we saw Kamarion DK have multiple 20-point games last year. We saw some other fucking unpronounceable name Titans wide receiver, unpronounceable name, also have a few games with 20-plus points last year. And like I said, new offensive coordinator on that team. Stranger things have happened. So we got Mahomes. Tattoo at the end over there. Blake Corum in the last pick. Romeo Doubs. I like Romeo Doubs. Good pick right there. Let's see. Kyler Murray. Does he have Justin Jefferson? Yeah, this is a strong start. You got Justin Jefferson. Drake May here. I don't really get the Drake May pick other than there was some value there, I guess. But, Kyler Murray. There goes Rachaad White, a very acceptable sort of late round running back option here. My pick's coming up. Again, I have a super stud tight end, so I don't really need to over focus on that position. I'm trying to build up my wide receiver group, but also my QB group. And I do need another one. Let's see here. Malik Willis, Sam Darnold. I have some time for him. Daniel Jones, I can get him much later. Aaron Jones, Mason. No. And I think we got to go. I'm going to go with, let's go K-Shack here. Just get a reception machine in Khalil Shakir to fill in whenever I need that player to fill in one of those wide receiver spots. Yeah, but the rookie's going to get better. Like, you can't expect that a rookie quarterback is not going to massively improve. That's too harsh. I think Cam Ward has a chance to be an NFL player. I haven't written off the book on Cam Ward. I'm almost less confident in like a Bryce Young. Look at Harold Fannin, though. Note, this guy dropped to 117. That is an insane value drop. What is going on? That's actually, I should have just taken him for the value. Like, at some point, I need to just take the value guy. I just didn't want to take a tight end. I feel like I wasted taking Brock Bowers if I start grabbing tight ends too soon, but man, that is some crazy ass value on Fannin Jr. right there. What the heck's going on? Jordan Love goes to Stubbs, second quarterback, Josh Allen. You only need really one backup for Josh Allen. Grim Aries, you got only one quarterback there, Tyler Shook. He ain't a crook, son. He's just a shook one. You need to take another one pretty soon here. Got to get that second quarterback going. Yeah, Krosky Merritt. All right. Dangerous. I only have 3 running backs, 5 wide receivers already. So I could use another running back. I can take a look at these quarterbacks as well. I have a quarterback on the team. Mahomes is here. 136. We're at pick 125, 143, 136, 143, 138. Stroud. I think there'll be some quarterbacks available for us later. So, yeah, I'm going to take Mason. I'm going to take Mason. I don't get it. Jordan Mason. Why not? Jordan Mason's another running back that I think will just play every single week and have the opportunity at some point playing like alongside an injury-prone Aaron Jones. I think he's going to have the opportunity to be the starter. Now, will he suck given the opportunity? That's possible, right? I can't control that. But a lot of what I'm trying to do in fantasy football is like, think about where opportunity could present itself. Let me give it an argument for Tyrone Tracy. My argument for Tyrone Tracy is Scattaboo, we're all scared that the dude gets hurt, right? He got hurt last year. So when we're scared about a running back, a starter who gets hurt all the time, well, you should fucking draft a backup. And that's what Tyrone Tracy is. Like, it's a really easy hedge on Cam Scattaboo getting hurt. So I feel the same way. Like, if we feel there's a player that's like a high injury possibility, think about the whole Chuba Hubbard, Jonathan Brooks thing. We all think Jonathan Brooks gets hurt all the time, right? And so it's like, Jonathan Brooks gets hurt. All right. So now everybody's like, no, take Jonathan Brooks. He's healthy. Whatever the argument is, do a little bit of each. On one hand, draft some Chuba Hubbard, not because you think he's the greatest fucking running back of all time, but because you think that maybe Jonathan Brooks gets hurt again and Chuba Hubbard just gets the full workload for his team, which even on a not that great offense, hey, it's still going to produce plenty of fantasy points for an 8th round pick. Or you take Jonathan Brooks and say, hey, he stays healthy. But either way, one of those guys is probably going to do really well because the other one will get hurt. All right, I need to prep for my next picks here. I've got one quarterback, so we do need to address the quarterback position. I got Darnold here, Cam Ward, Daniel Jones, all guys that are connected to wide receivers on my team. And I think I just have to do that on this next pick, take one of those guys. Big Marley takes Isaiah Pacheco, leaving the door open for Darnold or Cam Ward. I'm going to take Darnold, pair him up with Jackson Smith and Jigba. Cam Ward could have been taken too, but like this guy was terrible last year. Ugh, so gross. Guy had one game over 20. Hopium to think anything different. Danny Dimes. Look, when Dimes, people forget. Danny Dimes, when Jonathan Taylor was not dominating, Daniel Jones was having solid games. People forget. People forgot about Danny. Forgot about Dimes. You guys all forgot about Dimes. Everybody forgot about him. I say don't forget. Scoop it with the CJ Stroud. Yeah, I'm fine with Stroud. You know why Stroud's going to be good? Because fucking Tank Dell's going to smash this year. It's going to change his whole fortune. Razor. Zach Charbonnet. Okay. DraftKings kind of player, but injured. You know, Sharps is going to come back at some point. Grim Airy says, you're not getting Danny Dimes. Not on my dime. It glitched on this draft pick. Yeah, I don't know. Actually, Scoop it, as I think about it, I don't know that was like you needed a third quarterback at that moment. You have two pretty good ones here with Dart and Stafford. Spent some good draft capital. Tajay Spears, Bryce Young goes. We're taking Tank Dell. They're not even going to leave me Tank Dell. That's what's funny. You think like, oh, Tank Dell. If I wait, I'm not going to get him. We have one tight end only. I do need another one. And they are starting to run out. So even though I started off my draft with Brock Bowers, that does not mean I don't need a second tight end. You got to have another one for those duds, for the bye week in case of injury. Get you through a few weeks. Take Juwan Johnson right there, no problem. I chose Johnson over Gadsden because fuck Gadsden. I don't even know if he's good. Kenyon Sadiq is available. I like him still. Still plenty of good tight ends available. Hunter Henry's okay. I actually prefer like Kenyon Sadiq. At least he's like a mystery. Hunter Henry, kind of I know what I'm getting from him. Couple good games. Nothing crazy. Wide receiver group, again, sort by ADP. I have my own rankings. So like, yeah, right? But when I sort by ADP, these guys aren't quite there yet. Like in my rankings, you know, Hunter would long be gone. Whatevs. Sort by ADP at the running back position. Woody Marks, meh. Kamara still hanging around, right? Maybe, maybe. I don't know. Maybe. There goes Stribling. A couple of quarterbacks still like acceptable, floating around. Gino, Brissett, I think, Watson. Aaron Rodgers is going to play every week. So, definitely have players floating around that are still useful as we get into the later rounds of this draft. Yeah. It's all good to disagree. It's important to disagree. And get your guys and load up on them. Last year, during these drafts, Ray Zanny was in here telling me Ramondre Stevenson is still going to have a massive role, right? And I was like, I don't think so, dude. I think it's going to be Trevion Henderson. This literally happened right here. And he's like, no, I'm telling you, don't forget about Dre. And I forgot about Dre. And he's like, don't forget about Dre. I was like, bro, I forgot about Ramondre. And you know what ended up happening? Ramondre ends up crushing. My guy, Ray, puts 60% of his lineups in the freaking playoffs, crushes everything because of that move. And you know what? I was like, yeah, man, I was wrong on that one. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. But I'm going to play my convictions. I'm going to play my convictions no matter what. Like, I'll play my guys. Last year, again, if you were watching my stuff last year and we got on Javonte Williams, round 10, I was like, this is absurd. We got on Wan'Dale Robinson in round, he was in pick 150. We were taking Wan'Dale in every lineup. And what ended up happening was, in the group drafts that we were doing, those guys were flying up the draft board, getting taken 2-3 rounds sooner because we identified those studs. But you know what? They were fucking studs. And it really helped my teams advance through the playoffs and all that good stuff. So, yeah, have a player that you love. And we'll have conviction about it. QB. Yeah, I'm grabbing Brissett here, I think. Yeah, it's time. Get my third quarterback. But yeah, have your conviction plays. That's what I do. And that makes best ball fun because when I'm actually then watching the games or like in season, I kind of know some of the players that I had a ton of exposure to that I was like weirdly excited about. And when they're smashing, I'm like, oh, let me check my fucking teams and advancing. And it makes it more fun to check your stuff and, how am I doing and the whole thing. But I do not have I've been doing this long enough to know that you guys in the chat, like I don't really generally like to shit on anybody else's picks or disagreements because what the fuck do we know? Everybody has an equal opinion on this. And we all watch football games. Like, I watch the games, you watch the games, we all watch the games. I have a weird good memory of things that helps me in fantasy football. Like I play DFS every single week and lots of it. A lot of you guys do. It helps us in season long to kind of remember trends that were happening at certain times of the year. And, we just apply it this year. And some things that have worked, in the past, doing this long enough to know, like, I see some traps setting up at times, and that's fine too. And like, if I think it's a trap, I'm going to tell you guys all about that as well. Sometimes it's a trap. I wish I had the Akbar it's a trap thing. Yeah, Wilson, Parker, Washington came out of nowhere last year. Can they do it again? I mean, I don't know. I think Parker Washington's going way too high this year. Him going pick 60, like in the zone of studs. I don't know. There's Kenyon Sadiq. Yeah, Sadiq, by the way, good pick. Like, okay. Hawkinson, also good. And also, yeah, just loading up on picks in these next few rounds. I wish there were running backs here that were of any kind of use, but for the most part, we're not going to get a whole lot of benefit from running backs in the zone. Like Tank Bigsby is an interesting, backup kind of option or handcuff option for, again, another guy. Could we see Saquon Barkley getting hurt again? Yeah, I could see it. I could definitely see it. I've got 3 quarterbacks already. We're fine. Running back position. I guess a Braylon Allen could be interesting as a backup player here. Wide receiver group. Yeah, I think we almost have to. I mean, I don't love Omar Cooper at all, but there's some value in that. Should I just get TE3 here? I'm going TE3. Let's just get Schultz. Yeah, I like Likely this year. I love Dart. I mean, I've done, what have we done? We did 3 drafts here. 2 of them have Dart in them. I love Dart. I love Lawrence. There's certain like players that I just keep finding myself drafting this year. Dart, Trevor Lawrence, a little bit of Caleb in the early part of the quarterback grouping. They also have those great playoff schedules. I always take Jonathan Taylor when he's there. Just certain things I'm going to do again and again. Oh, we need a drink. Let's go. This is a long-ass Draft-a-Palooza, guys. Thank you for hanging out. That's really cool. Everybody who's been here the whole time, amazing. A whole evening of Draft-a-Palooza. I will definitely not be doing 3 draft versions most of the time. Start to get hungry. Donnie Mitchell. So, yeah, Zachariah. This is a really good, solid group of wide receivers that just went. Zachariah Branch, Donnie Mitchell, Omar Cooper goes to Big Marley. So, we're just in that zone here of load up on kind of like players with a pulse. Anybody who's kind of going to be on the field, potentially putting up points for us week after week. There goes Tank Dell. See, I can't even get him. That's what I'm saying. I didn't even get Tank Dell. That round absolutely ate a lot of the remaining talent at wide receiver. Damn, that's actually shocking how they all got eaten right there. Like Cooper, Branch, Mitchell, this whole group, and Tank Dell too, and Trey Harris, like they're all gone. So everybody who's kind of still a wide receiver who you have a little bit of going to play every week, hopium left for, all pretty much gone. We're at pick number 188. Yeah, I think it's a spot where we really have to go for a running back. I'm going to take Ray Davis. Get that backup for James Cook. Yeah, I like Devontae. Let's see here. Draft board. Ray Davis to me. I mean, how many rounds we have left? 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is very much like, this is beyond the zone of underdog. We start to get like to those extra rounds, all those players that we're not even really used to drafting. Let's see what my team looks like. 5 running backs, 5 wide receivers, 3 and 3 at tight end and quarterback. Big Marley, 2 quarterbacks, 5 running backs, 7 wide receivers, 2 tight ends. Grim Aries, also 3 quarterback. Got the 4 running backs here, 6 wide receivers. Ray Zanny, 3, 6, 6, and 1. Ray is fucking waiting on tight ends. Which tight end did you get? Who do you have? Dallas Goedert? Okay. Hurts with Goddard. Smith. Good stack built over there. Burrow, naked. Just a ton of running backs late. Just loading up on those late running backs because you really didn't have anything going on at running back. So Ray Zanny did a very 0 RB approach again with HN and then Monungai, Rodriguez, and all these kind of turd running back guys late. Really, okay, interesting strategy. It might, I think it might be a good strategy. I don't know. It's definitely crazy. On the clock here. So I still feel like the spot that I need the most work in is the wide receiver position. I'm going to grab Ted Hurst. Definitely getting a lot of buzz in camp. I'm going to play the song, but we are definitely not doing another one. I need to find my other of 8 because this one. coughing. Burns the throat. Like it hits me after and burns the throat. Yeah, there's no wide receivers left. It's all a bunch of garbage. There's still pretty good tight ends left. Gunnar Helm, fine, right? I think Turd Ferguson, Gesicki, Colby Parkinson. There's still like a group of tight ends that will be on the field. So that's all right. Running back group, we're really down to, garbage players that are, not going to likely do a whole lot. Malik Davis, LaQuinta Allen. I mean, they're all fine. Even Jalen Wright. These are real backups. Looking at my team, I got 3 tight ends, 3 quarterbacks, 6 wide receivers. So I can probably I can kind of do whatever I want. I can even just grab another wide receiver like a Darnell or a Malachi Fields if I want. I don't have Dart on this team. I have those guys on a lot of my Dart teams. I could just start loading up on these additional running backs. There's still a quarterback that's a starter, probably Deshaun Watson. And at the tight end position, again, Gesicki, still okay. Maybe Evan Ingram is okay. Most of these are pretty bad. I would see Samaje Perine go. I don't know. Do we really feel like the Bengals are going to have that guy as their backup running back again? I don't know. I keep feeling like, how's that guy still in the league? He seems so old. Big Marley, Gunnar, Geno Smith in the last round. Scott Tattoo, double tapping, Stowers and Barner. All I hear from Tattoo is Stowers. You know what? When Tattoo keeps mentioning a player, you got to start to listen. Two quarterbacks there. Malik Willis, Dak Prescott. Big Marl. Still need to get that third tight end in there, Marley Marl. I need to get that third tight end going. Yeah, I'm not loving too many of these players here. So, I don't know. What was I about to do? Darnell. I think Darnell could be, the WR2 on the Giants, but maybe not. He kind of sucked last year. That's like a hopium pick too, in the late rounds. Terry Sarber, which one are you? Scoop it? Remind me? Oh no, 1962 V-Dub. I remember. 1962 V-Dub. Good start with yeah, it keeps happening. It's a lot of pressure. You're up. You're on the clock. Yeah, 1962 V-Dub. I see it. Let's see how this thing closes out. Like if I start to look at everybody else's draft, I'm telling you, it's hard enough to pay attention to what the fuck I'm doing. Scoop it grabs Malachi right after I let him go. Vishace, get that Malachi going. I still think Deshaun Watson's a starting quarterback for anybody who's interested, but here we go. Oh, Kalon Black messed with my thing. Okay. Well, that just threw my whole game off. How about DJ Giddens here? I'll grab the old Jonathan Taylor backup. The handcuff for Jonathan Taylor. Like, okay. Scoop it. We had too many of you guys drafted here for me to even go through these drafts, every single one. It's too many. And we've been in the stream for 3 hours. It's too much. Can't do it. I'll kind of do it. But we'll just give a brief kind of overview here. I think Deshaun Watson is the starter. I think it's going to be Deshaun Watson. I can't believe he's still available. At this point, might as well take Deshaun Watson, get a starting quarterback with one of your last picks. No one wants it. Everybody's embarrassed to take Deshaun. They're like, that dude wants those fucking crazy ass massages, and I don't want to be associated with him. But you know what? What did he really do? He did nothing wrong. In a lot of countries, those massages are just how it's done. And who are we to judge somebody's culture? Like, that's another culture. We shouldn't be judging people. That's what I say. No judgment. Here we go. I never told the story. Well, I never told the Carlos from Cuba story. As the story goes, I'll just do a like Kraft. I love fucking Kraft. Deshaun Watson, yeah, dude. What did he do? Nothing. He didn't do anything. Like, in a lot of countries, that's just how massages are. I don't blame him. I don't force anyone. Good drafting with you. Big Marl. Good to see you again. Big Marl. 17-inch pythons. Look at that. Guy fucking... I literally look at pictures of Big Marley before I do a workout. Like, because I want to get my arms to be that size. And I've been working out, and Big Marley is one of my inspirations. Thank you, Big Marl. Like, literal inspiration. I'm like, I can fucking get 17-inch pythons just like that. I can get there. I've never been that thick. Yeah, well, there, Araby, that is the correct answer. Like, Deshaun Watson might just suck. I mean, I think he actually does suck. So, I think he just sucks. But one of my things with fantasy football, and it's going to sound crazy, but one of my fantasy football like things is I try not to judge the talent that much, like a little bit, but I really just care about opportunity. Like, I feel like players are going to play up to or down. Like, I just want them to get a chance. And then if the guy sucks, okay, well, at least he had a chance. Like, the same thing when we take rookie players in our dynasty. It's like, where did he go? What team is he on? Is he going to have an opportunity to play? If he gets an opportunity to play and then he sucks, damn. But the worst thing is when you think the talent is there, but the guy never gets the opportunity to play. That's the worst. So I'm just going to break down my draft, guys, because it's too many fucking drafts, and we're 3 hours in. I almost would rather tell the Carlos from Cuba story, but I'm going to tell it. I'm going to tell it. Because I promised the story. And a real quick story. Back in college, I had a roommate in my freshman year. I one of my suite mates became one of my closest friends. His name was Chris Franklin, right? Frank Juan. And he was a Puerto Rican kid. And really, like, he was like a smaller Puerto Rican guy. One of my best friends. And we'd go out to the bars, and he would be like, yo, Kevin, he would like try to pick up some Latina girls. So I need you to like come along with me and be my wingman. And he's like, but they like Spanish guys, and I'm not Spanish. So I was like, bro, I'm not Spanish. What the fuck? And he's like, don't worry about it. I got you. And so he would go up to these girls, and then he'd be talking about me, and he'd be like, oh, this is my friend Carlos from Cuba. So I became Carlos from Cuba for a minute in college for a few for pickups. And he'd be like, this is my friend Carlos from Cuba. He don't talk much. Franklin. Good guy. Good times. All right. That's my story. Carlos from Cuba. Could I pass for a Cuban? No. All right, guys. My draft here, I don't know what the fuck happened. Started going crazy. Let's see what we did. So in a rare sort of light RB draft for me, I start off with JSN and Rashee Rice and Brock Bowers. This is my first share of Brock Bowers all season. I normally do not take luxury tight ends, but I said, fuck it. We'll take one here. Josh Jacobs, Basil Tootin, got to fill in those running backs because we waited. So we'll see how that combo works out, but I definitely need more. I'm going to try a tattoo, but it's a lot. It's a lot of everybody. I got to break down every single one. Tate. All right. Carnell Tate, just rookie, stud, WR1. Alec Pierce, again, not connected to any of this, but I take Rico Dowdle as my third running back. And here we go, Mahomes with Rashee Rice. Now, I was thinking about getting Mahomes and Xavier Worthy, but clearly that was not to be. Khalil Shakir, another just PPR machine, and then I take Sam Darnold paired up with Jackson Smith and Jigba. But that's for me pretty much where the correlation ended. I don't have any other correlative plays here. Juwan Johnson, Dalton Schultz kind of round out the tight end group, figuring, you know what, I just really need Brock Bowers to be awesome. These other guys are just fill-ins. And for my last picks, I just want to pay attention to what I did, but mostly I just grabbed high-end backups, running backs. So Davis in case Cook goes down, Giddens in case that Jonathan Taylor goes down, and Jalen Wright in case Devon Achane goes down. So I've got a lot of premium running back backups in the last few rounds. I've got my 3 quarterbacks, fine by me, 3 tight ends. Let's go. All right, quick look at everybody's draft here. Everybody here did a draft in the room. So even Stubbs might have been in here too. Like, is Stubbs in here? I don't know. I don't think so. Actually, that person's not in here. So let's go. Grim Aries, your first time kind of getting in a live draft with me. I'll do a quick breakdown here. Bijan, Montgomery at the running back spots. We got Burden, Pickens, and Collins, right? So solid start. Jordan Tyson, Tyler Shook connection happening right there. And then this is really nice, Grim. Catch some value on Tyler Warren. Brooks, and then we get, and Brooks I love also. Tyler Shook, Daniel Jones. Yeah, this is solid. So Shook with Tyson. We've got Danny Dimes with Tyler Warren, which will be the guy, although I'd love to see like Warren and Price or Nico Price or Downs. I'd love to see another one of those pieces there, but beggars can't be choosers. Bryce Young, just a third QB. I don't think he pairs up with anybody here, and it doesn't matter. Maybe you can consider Jonathan Brooks like a correlative play there. Hunter Henry. I don't even know. Oh, whoa. Who the fuck is that guy? Bryce Lance. All right. Busting out names I've never even heard of. WR3 or 4 for New Orleans, but fine. Well done. Tommy Tremble forcing the stack late with Bryce Young. Razor, my boy. From the 3-hole, Jamar Chase, Devontae Smith, Garrett Wilson. I don't know the Garrett Wilson there. I like it. Some inside info from Grim on random, but you could take him with your last pick. Like, no one's taking that guy. Ray Zanny here. Chase, Smith, Wilson. Chase paired up with Burrow. You get Achane. I almost feel like you had to grit your teeth and take Achane because you agree with me. Not the best of plays this year on that team, but better on DraftKings than on Underdog. I'll give him that. A little reachy on Quentin Johnston here. And then having waited on running back, Ray Zanny taking that risk and had to go crazy with these late round sort of mid-level running backs. That is a crazy way to draft. 3 tight ends to round it out, although not the best of them. We got Dallas Goedert in there. More of these running backs, sort of high upside dart throws. You know what? For all the Tank Dell ripping, I didn't even get him in this one. Somebody sniped him from me, and I was very upset. I was very, very upset. You got sniped. Scoop it in the chat. Puka Nacua, Olave on the start. A fucking early grab of Olave, well ahead of ADP. And it kind of didn't work out. You know what? Scoop it if you're scoop it. Vishace, right? In the chat. All I would say is it's weird because like normally Jordan Love goes here and like Olave goes right here. It flipped the script. You took 2 players, but like in the reverse order of where they normally go, which is pretty wild. Rasheed Rice. Oh, no, that was to me. Wait, Jordan Love. Not Jordan Love. Jaden. Jeremiah. Fuck. J-Love. This is going to mess me up all year. I cannot deal with people with the same 2 like initials. It's just how my brain works. It's going to mess me up. Teruella. So we got a setup of Shook, maybe Stafford, maybe Bryce Young. Yeah, the swipes. Michael Wilson. Again, Dart and Stafford. So here we go. Dart and Stafford. You get Stafford, Dart and then Stafford. Interesting, right? But you needed Stafford with Puka here just to kind of complete that. Hopefully you got a tight end connected to Stafford later. Not necessary, but you got Stafford with Puka there. Fine, Scoops. Swift and Stevenson, also really good PPR type running back, so I think that's okay. Fannin got the value, the crazy value on Fannin here. Get Likely going with Dart. Great little mini stack right there. Get the third quarterback. Maybe, aggressive on that third quarterback, but you needed to grab one or they weren't going to be there. Hawkinson, the third tight end. Ayuk, Fields with Dart. Kalon Black. So solid, good correlation with those quarterbacks and all that. Matthew Stafford, I think he's like 38 or 39. Big Marley, another good draft here. 3 wide receivers, luxury tight end. I'm going to call it one hero RB, just holding it down the Ford, Kyron Williams with Tony Pollard, and then waited so long. I think RB is going to be a concern for Big Marley Marl. Grab a bunch of them late. Going to need a little bit of like luck with one of those guys elevating, which is kind of how best ball goes. Jaden Reed, Mekhi Lemon, Caleb matched up with Colston Loveland, which is good. We got Goff matched up with Amon-Ra. Very good. Jared Goff has a great playoff schedule and could be that quarterback that gets it done. Here we go. V-Dubs, Taylor, Henry, Lamar, and Trevor Lawrence. Lamar is pretty naked here. We got Trevor Lawrence with Brian Thomas Jr. and Myers. Here we got Andrews in there with Lamar to complete that stack. I mean, this is solid, right? Like, this is pretty good. Tracy, just a little backup running back action. The pass catcher, I was going to take him. So there we go. Yeah, you know what? I'm losing my steam here, boys. 1962 V-Dub, though, yeah, solid all around. I see correlation here. I don't see any picks that were out of place, like the Gainwell pick. Like Tyrone Tracy there. Really solid. One thing I would change is I don't think Andrews and Freiermuth are enough firepower at tight end. You want to get that third tight end every single draft. Do not draft just 2. As a matter of fact, take it from Ray here. Zanny, take 4 tight ends if you have to, but don't take just 2. Take more than 2. You're going to find that the tight end spot is that spot where you're like, fuck. So always take at least 3. Soups goes extreme running back with 4 in the first 5 picks. A bold strategy on DraftKings where pass catchers kind of like do more damage. Flowers, Harrison, Godwin, Sutton, and Pittman. So a massive weight on QB as well. And we start to get a quarterback, Bo Nix, in there with Cortland Sutton. Baker Mayfield, naked. Oof. Oh, no, with Godwin, but it's almost naked. Soups, you're usually really, really good about finding correlation. Didn't really happen that much in this draft. Less than usual. Overall good. I mean, like McCaffrey, Brown, Scatterbo, I love all these guys, right? Flowers, I think there's a little bit of softness going on here at wide receiver. I would have probably focused more wide receivers a little later just because you started out. Yeah, I mean, you have 8 of them, so it's not bad. Tattoo at the very end, our last draft breakdown. Triple stud running back to start. We go Malik Odunze and Parker Washington. Dak doesn't really fit, but you got Ferguson in there. Pitts just kind of maybe, I mean, it's fine. It's a good spot for Pitts. Blake Corum I like as well. Dubs, Malik Willis with Washington. So got another little thing there. And Flournoy, there you go, with Dak as well. A couple tight ends in the mix. Odell Beckham just for fucking shits and gigs. A little bit of like one for my homie, Odell. I like it. All right, boys. 3 hours in. 3 drafts in. Nighttime, gummy, Draft-a-Palooza. Back hurts. Had a lot of fun. Maybe not the best drafts ever. Maybe not the worst drafts. We'll find out. but for the people. One last time. Guys, I'll be back, by the way, Wednesday at noon for my next Draft-a-Palooza. So let me know, and keep them in the comments. Do you prefer these evening ones? It's not going to be 3 hours. I'm going to do like 2 drafts, never more than 2, but like I like the evening ones too. Like some gummies, a couple puffs, a little more casual. Yeah, it could be a Monday night tradition. So we'll keep it going. Monday night Draft Mania. We'll keep it going. Definitely excited that everybody was hanging out, watching the whole show. We'll take it out with the Tournament Tactics crew song. Guys, when you're listening to this, think about fucking Bobby Wow, Burns, Josiah, the whole crew, breaking it down. DFS season around the corner. You know what's up. But best ball season is happening now, and we're drafting these teams all summer long. We're going to keep crushing it. I'll see you guys next time. Enjoy the music.
Let's go! Geek on the keys, Kevin Allen with the vision. Bobby Wow 2 times already won 2 millions, no fiction. Burns in the shark lab, calculating the math. Wrote the damn book on how to run up a bag. Josiah pull up, the MILF Slayer in the building. GPP trophies on his neck, keep the whole chat thrilled in. Turd hat who? Not us, we eating. Heat it. Oh! Tournament tactics, we stacking the bags again. Millie making hundreds, yeah we cashing in. Helmets up, blue moon in the cup, boner alert. That over under going up. Core plays, top domination, station pop. Props based projections make the whole field